Pull up your hoods, put on your masks, because dark deeds are afoot in LAWhammer. Boing! So, for those of you who are watching this on Monday, hi everyone. You have enjoyed a lovely, easy intro. For everyone who's watching this live, they've managed to go through this several times because we have had tech issues. But you don't need to know all about that. What you want to know about is XP from last week. Now, we're going to dive into this really quickly because we've already done this once before, but it's important you Monday folk get to see this. Everybody gets 95 XP. Everybody can change their short-term ambitions if they want to. I'll get to what exactly you might want to turn it into in a moment because this episode is quite unlike any of our previous episodes. Well, almost. We've had a game within a game before. Previously, we had Lucas presenting a role-playing game to role-playing characters, and it got a little bit Inception as they were going from layer to layer to layer. This time, we're going to be playing a board game within our actual role-playing game, Dark Deeds, in fact. A lovely game that you may have heard of before if you've dialed into any of our streams before. It may be available from Modiphius.com or Modiphius.co.uk, depending upon whether you prefer ordering from the UK or the US. Right now. Go buy it. Give yourself a tricky treat. Right now. I'll wait. But not for long. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. So we're going to be playing a game within our game. But we're going to be doing more than just getting our players around with their hoods pulled up because they're going to be playing filthy minions. Like so. We're going to be doing more than just doing a game within a game. We're also going to be using this game to represent some things that are happening within our game. But I'll get onto that in a moment. Normally when you play Dark Deeds, you play in a fantasy city called Anthrand, a big port, city, bustling place. In our version, we're going to be translating that over to Altdorf, because our version of Dark Deeds that we're going to be playing today is going to be translated over into the Warhammer world because it's a Warhammer game. And two of our PCs have already played it before when they were in Altdorf. So some of them have got a bit of an advantage. Ooh. I wonder who that will be. Ooh. Let's just get sorted with it all. My hood off, because I'm not going to be playing a minion today. You're going to be playing the minions. The way we're going to be using Dark Deeds in this particular version is that each one of the players is going to be representing one of the factions that are currently arguing over Brass Keep. And if you were watching our last episode, you'll be aware that Brass Keep, this horrendous place, has a host of factions around it and potentially within it, all of whom are vying to have control over it, including, for example, the Sigmarites, who very recently just made a petition to a certain General Raukov to tell him to, well, not attack or defend the place, even though his Elector Count told him to do so. This has not gone down very well within his own camp. But we'll get onto that when we actually get into the session. Each one of them, who have their nice little cards here, will be playing one of the factions. The factions they're playing are on the other sides of these cards. Whomever wins will directly affect what happens in game. So if, for example, Andy over here was playing the Sigmarites, let's just say he was, and he won, then the Sigmarites would be in ascendance within Brass Keep. If, however, Gerhardt was playing, he looks very cultist over there, let's say the Purple Hand.
Maybe.
Because reasons. At random, yeah. Sigmarite, Purple Hand. Spot on. If Purple Hand and he won, then the Purple Hand would be in ascendance in the place and all of the other factions around would most certainly not be. Further, we're going to be checking out how many points everybody gets at the end of the game because the person who does worst, their faction is also going to be in the worst place. So say, for example, one of the factions was, say, Talabicland, because they're sitting on the outside. And they came out worse. It's very likely there might be anything from explosions to random cultist attacks to all manner of other horrors going on over there while you're not there. Now, you're currently, obviously, with the Ostlander camp. So let's hope that Ostlander doesn't lose.
Okay.
Is Ostlander one of the factions? Yes, it is. So, are you all ready?
Yes.
Let's all draw.
You should also know that 3-4 of us don't know how to play this game.
It's going to be great. So, if you've never played Dark Deeds today, is your day, because 3 people here have not played Dark Deeds ever. So they're going to be learning it at the same rate that you are. And our resident games butler will be explaining the rules as they go, because you can't play a game of Dark Deeds without a games butler. What am I talking about? You're about to find out as we move into episode number 49, A Tricky Treat. Across the Ostlander camp, there was a furore. Earlier on in the day, Jungfreuds Jaegers had arrived at the camp and been taken to General von Raukov. And they had had a prolonged discussion there about exactly what they thought was going on in Brass Keep and what they wanted to do. And they learned that the general had decided to listen to a certain Luther Huss, a Sigmarite, and not pay attention to his Elector Count. There are obviously some theological issues here. Many of you are very aware of core Sigmarite doctrine. One of their core tenets is you always obey the Elector Counts as representative of the Emperor, who is representative of Sigmar. Pretty much is Sigmar. Sigmar was the first emperor. You don't ignore the Elector Counts. And a Sigmarite is telling him to do so. Now, if this was a camp of Sigmarite Ostlanders who all agreed with Luther Huss, there wouldn't be a problem. But as the Jaegers find out as the evening is drawing in, that is not the case. The vast majority of the Ostlander camp are Ulricans. And they were not aware of what their general intended to do. And word spilled, as he admitted it in front of one or two too many people. It wasn't the wisest choice of actions. You are utterly unaware of the ramifications of this, as you are sitting chatting away to the Elector Count. Representative, the general, who is supposed to be defending Brass Keep from the Talabiclanders. The frothing, spitting arguments. A priest of Ulrich down in one of the lower camps who starts proselytizing against their general. As the evening draws in, and you are all given a lovely tent where you can encamp, you can hear the disagreements. Particularly, Father Leopold can hear all the disagreements in the background. Ulricans are often direct people, blunt, shouty, indeed, much shouting. One in particular, he has heard at least 5 times say, "Unacceptable!" relatively loudly. Apparently, this is his conversation piece. Whatever is said to him, unacceptable! That's about an hour before he's even allowed to see the good General Raukov. You are fortunately on the outside of all of this. You, because of the long, circuitous route you took to get here, pretty much have to camp out here tonight before you decide what you're going to do in the next day. And you get to witness the almost entire collapse of order of the Ostlander camp. Because the Sigmarites are doing the opposite of what they preach, and the Ulricans are calling them out for their hypocrisy.
I'd just like to make the point, this wasn't our doing for a change.
It's true. Luther Huss is doing his best up there to try and calm things down. But sadly, he's
Part
the
of the problem?
But Raukov, as you find out, listening to the hubbub as it's passing by, just converted a month ago. Bloody priest arrive, he converts. Raukov was apparently an Ulrican until a month ago. And a devout one at that. It's very much one of those, okay! Okay moments! As the order begins to not collapse, but most certainly factionalize. No one is coming to blows. It's still at the point where they're talking it all out. And over at the main command tent, shouting it all out. Or talking and shouting and shouting and talking. The Ulricans do most of the shouting. Unacceptable! Which leaves you all with a slightly tense moment, attempting to decide exactly what you're going to do over the course of the evening. Some of you sleep very little, looking at the Father Leopolds and the Alamenites of the group. Others sleep a lot more. Others dread the dreams that they might have here. Magically sensitive folks in particular, not that I'm looking at anyone over at this side of the table. Yeah, totally fine. But, fortunately, there is someone who has decided to come to the rescue. Lucas. Lucas adjusts his eye patch, which has a skull on it because he is, of course, badass. Pulls his grey hair back into a quick ponytail, bands it up, and says, look, everyone, you're currently sitting around a campfire, generally discussing the horror. And says, well, we can't really do very much about all of this. So I'd like to do two things. One is an apology, and then two is a suggestion to hopefully see us through the worst of this, because we've gone from being exceedingly concerned about time to being trapped inside someone else's camp as they go wrong. So on one side, I'd like an apology. When I was back in Middenheim, events sort of overran, and I let my temper get the best of me. So I'd like to apologize to you all. In particular, I would like to apologize to Wizard Elric. I said some words that I regret. Events, and I have no excuses, but events, they got to me, and I would like to apologize.
No need. We're all just trying to be better people.
I was not a good example of that day. I could have done things much better, but my temper got the best of me. So uncomfortable bit aside, I'd like to push that aside. I brought something, and it was actually at Leopold's suggestion, but it wasn't recent. It was almost 4 months ago. He brought it up in a conversation that he had with me. It was when we were out on the town in Kemperbad, and Gerhard was doing some food ordering, and Leopold thought it would be quite fun if we did some things to relax and distress sometimes, because his attempts at doing it was mostly involving things like storytelling and Sigma and such like, and fighting. And we'd all got somewhat bored of that. So he thought that possibly we could do something else, and I made the suggestion of games, because we played some games. He said, I really like games, and he gave some suggestions of some games he played, and I'd played one of the ones he'd played, and it was called Dark Deeds. He says, so I brought it with me, he says, and he pulls out, he goes, I've got the whole bloody thing. He says, I've got a lovely set made of wood, with cards, obviously. He says, and it's beautiful. It was made by a close friend of mine, only my close friend, because they've taken so much of my money. And I brought it with, and I thought we could play to try and drown out. Unacceptable. That. He says, yes, that. So I thought we could do that. Assuming that we're all up for, a little bit of a game. It's very easy. It's very simple. I believe that you know how to play already. Is that right, Lupo?
I do indeed. I think this is a marvellous idea. It's a terrific game.
Excellent.
I have played this game also.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't know. Well, that might make it easy, because we're only going to play with 5 players.
When I was in outdoor.
Oh, right. Good. Well, I will. Perhaps you could explain the rules.
No.
Okay, damn. Right, so that being the case, I shall take the place of Games Butler. He says, and I shall battle our way through this particular game. I shall explain what you're supposed to do and exactly what is happening. Most important thing to know at the beginning is that you are all playing dastardly minions. Naughty gang folk from the streets of Altdorf. And each of you are working for a mysterious patron. And you are attempting to gain the favour of this mysterious patron. And you do this by doing various dark deeds and dastardly actions. And the one who does the most dark deeds, the most dastardly actions, comes out with the most favour at the end and is crowned the winner. Hurrah! And everyone else is absolutely not, and they are punished for their crimes, probably put in the stocks or thrown in a river, or otherwise really not having a very good life. So, awful. So, you'll find that there are already prepared in front of you 5 decks. So each of you choose one, and Alamenawaith, why don't you, you're beside Birdie, why don't you and Birdie work together? So in there, you will have 2 dark deeds, and you will have 3 plot cards. Let me explain the differences between them. The moth is out. Hello. Dark deeds are your missions. Your patron has given you these missions to try and perform. Now, if you do not succeed in completing your mission, your patron will be most displeased with you. So make sure that you do. In terms of what it means is there's a number on it. That's how much favour you will get if you complete it, and how much favour you will lose if you do not complete it. Oh dear, quite. Now the other one, your plot cards. These are the cunning plots that you can come up with. You, as a cunning minion of your patron, have a host of schemes and plots that you have hatched. And each one of those plot cards will give you one thing that you can do that might influence play. They might allow you to escape the suspicion of the watch. This watch who's always chasing after you. Or alternatively, it might quite literally say that you can go tell someone else to sod off. And guess, whatever plot they have, you just block it and stop it completely. As we go on, if you've got a card and you don't think it makes sense, just ask, but most of them are very, very simple. They say exactly what they should do, and they're nice and easy. So, before I move on and explain what you do on your turn, and we will start with Father Leopold, since he's played before, he'll give you an opportunity to see how the game goes. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Pictures are really good.
They are a local artist, Marcus, he says, absolutely marvellous fellow, although he is quite convinced he is an extraordinary talent. He told me about it for some time. In fact, we spent maybe 2 or 3 hours discussing it. He was very disappointed with the woodwork that was done, and he took them back to the carpenter 4 times to make them redo the set because he wasn't happy with it. However, come the end, the outcome, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, any other questions? No? Right, then let us buttle on. Right, so everybody has a... Moth! Everybody takes a turn, and it goes round in a circle clockwise, starting with the father. Now, on your turn, you'll have yourself a little reference card sitting in front of you, because good old Marcus explains exactly how to do the rules. You've got 3 phases to each turn. The first phase is you hit the street, because you are, obviously...
Sorry.
Hit the street.
It's got its own noise. You hit the street.
Wow, that was impressive, Lucas.
Thank you. So the first thing you do is you pick a target on the street. Now that is somebody that you would like to target. And you can choose anyone that's out there. There will be a mixture of citizens. These are people who are carrying things that you might want to steal. Guards. These are people who are patrolling the street and trying to keep ne'er-do-wells like your good selves out of the way. Or alternatively, nemesis. These are people that your patron wants to get rid of. The patron likes the nemesis to be taken down. They're the purple cards. The guards are grey. And then finally we go over to a mixture of other citizens. They come in 3 colours. The same 3 colours as the equipment that's at the bottom. Green, white, and blue. So if you take out one of the green ones, you will be able to pick a green piece of equipment. Thank you, Father Leopold.
That's very impressive. How do you know where the cards are? Got me the vitiate whispering to me.
It's just marvellous, isn't it? Or if you took, say, a white one, the white ones are the clerics inside the city, your Sigmarites and your Ranaldans and what like. If you boshed one of them on the head and nabbed their stuff, you get something like, could you read out one of the cards that might be there?
The Pontiff's Mire.
Mitre.
Yes. I've got no eyes.
Of course, Father Leopold.
Slap it a bit.
It appears
Give me
you're
a
Pass,
right
pass it to
ticket.
me. I will read it.
The Pontiff's Mitre.
And what exactly does it do?
It gives you +2 cunning, but that is not usable when you are robbing a cleric.
There we go. So, each of them have got numbers on them, and that is the numbers that you need to defeat with 2 dice
On the street.
on the street. So, you might find that some of them look easier to defeat than others, because they might have a number like, say, 6 or 5. Some of the numbers might be quite high. They'll be tough. Now, the reason to go and get some equipment is you will get modifiers, like, for example, +2 cunning to try and steal something from one of the citizens, which makes a number of 9 much more likely to happen. Right, so, have you got that? You choose a target, and you always start at the bottom of the street, and then work your way up. We'll show how that works as we go. Now, it's important because if there's any guards that you pass as you make your way towards a target, they will try to stop you, and you have to sneak past them. Yes, you've got a question now.
Yes,
Yes, of course.
I do have a question. You mentioned you have to beat the number on the card.
Yes.
Yes? There are
Equal
2
or
numbers
beat it.
currently on the card.
Oh, there are on
Left
some of them.
or bottom right.
Well, the one at the bottom, that is the favour for defeating them.
Right. Okay.
The one at the top is the one that you need to...
That is the number. That
Yes,
we have to do.
absolutely.
All right, lovely stuff. Thank you.
Good.
What's the favour mean? Or will I find that out?
That's your points that you
Oh.
have. Whoever gets most favour with their patron will be the winner at the
Right.
end.
Okay,
And
very good.
The guards have 2 numbers because you can either fight a guard or sneak past a guard.
Okay.
So when you come up against a guard, ask so we can tell you which number to use.
Perfect. So, on your way to your target, if you've got anyone you need to sneak past, you then roll to sneak past them. We'll get that if we ever have it happen. Then you try to take your target out. If you've managed to take your target out, you will get whatever rewards are coming to you. And hopefully, it will match one of your dark deeds.
Ooh, dark deeds.
But we don't know what everyone's dark deeds are yet. So once we've done that, we then go and have a jolly good visit to the tavern, because it's hard work going up and down the streets of Altdorf. And there's 2 things that you can do there. One, you can dig for dirt, which allows you, it's important that you get the bit of the accent there, dig for dirt. He says, that allows you to draw 1 card from those available in the tavern. Now, you notice that there are 2 cards there. You can pick up one of those, or if you wish, you could pick up one that is blind. From the top, up the top, up the top. No, that's equipment. Up here, that's it. Now, you notice that there is a dark deed there already. That means that you could, if you wish, go there and meet a contact of your patron and get another dark deed, which means that you could get so much more favour for completing it, always worth doing near the beginning of the game, but it does have a bit of a risk. Because if you don't complete it, you will lose all of that favour for not completing that particular mission. There are some plot cards, for example, that allow you to pass over a dark deed to another character, one that perhaps cannot be completed. So you give it to them so they lose, and you laugh at them, because that is hilarious. Yes, like that. Or alternatively, you can lay low. When you lay low, it says you can get rid of some of your suspicion. We'll discuss suspicion marks when you start attacking people and things go wrong. And that's it. At the end, you just take stock. And taking stock means 2 things. You check if the watch come along and arrest you. If you have lots of suspicion marks, you'll get arrested. That's it, 10 more. You advance the street. So if there's any gaps in the street because cards have been taken out, they all move down 1. And the one that's at the bottom will move off the street and no longer be open for anyone to attack anymore. So if anyone needs to attack that card on the end, they'll need to do it swiftly. And then finally, we discard any cards, because you're not allowed to have more than 6 cards in your hand at any one time. And that's it. We're just going to get started off. Yes?
An important clarification.
Yes.
You're only allowed to discard plot cards. You're not allowed to discard dark deeds from your hand.
Oh, never. Never.
But that's important.
Quite. Dark deeds can never be turned down, because your patron has given them to you as special dark deeds that you must fulfill.
This is starting to sound like my previous job.
It seems a bit even. Like, Father, is it okay? You got very upset when we played the game the last time.
Well, I believe the word is cathartic. Is that right?
Right.
You can kind of exercise your darker urges in a safe environment.
Yes, they're just scamps. Nobody dies. If you get nobody dies.
Not even the Nemesis?
Well, it's off screen.
Off screen.
Off stage. It's off stage.
All right, so, Father, would you like to begin? Your first phase is hit the street. Now, you'll notice that you have dark deeds. You can complete one dark deed per phase. So if you have 2, you could do 1 and hit the street, and then another one when you go and hit the tavern.
I shan't be successfully completing any dark deeds this time. Right, well, I'm going to hit the street, and I have decided I'm going to attempt to rob the apprentice.
The apprentice, marvellous. So
Pass the dice.
what you do is you start at the bottom card, and then you work your way up, and if you pass any guards, 1, 2, 3, do you pass any
I
guards?
do not.
No.
You do not, then you may immediately attack. And what's its number?
Its number is 5.
So 5 or more.
7.
Yay.
What a minion you are!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! So you take that
Yoink.
and place that into your pile. So that's now part of his score pile. Place it face down.
Face down.
So nobody gets to know how many points he's actually got. So do watch out for the points that they get. Right. And was that a citizen? Sorry, I didn't.
It was, but surely before I turn it face over, I should take the suspicion.
Take your suspicion. Absolutely. So you take the suspicion according to the favour it's worth.
Yes.
And take the loot.
Now,
And then he gets 1 loot card. Now he can take either the face up loot cards or he can go for the face down one if he wishes.
so the face-up loot we have is a trusty stabber that's for +1 strength, or the pocket arbalest that's +2 strength. It can't be stacked with any other strength bonuses, but you don't have to sneak past guards to make an attack.
Oh.
And I'm going to take that.
Because it is ranged.
Indeed. I shall take.
Which obviously a blind man is going to be able to use to great skill.
Well, exactly. But a blind man with a crossbow. Who would want that?
So we replace that card back out.
What has come out is another pocket arbalest.
Interesting. They were shuffled.
It's just
Um,
fucking arbalest all the way down.
They're just all over the place. Altdorf known for them. Right, so
Three arbalests in a trench coat.
hit the tavern. What would you like to do? One or the other?
I think
Visit.
I am going to take this plot card.
Excellent.
Which is, he did it.
So
A guard or nemesis who is chasing you is now chasing another player of your choice.
marvelous. So as guards hit the end of the street and go off the street, they will go off to chase people. So they will come towards you and start chasing you.
The guards will go to the person with most suspicion. And the nemesis will go to the person whose turn it just was.
Good job.
The new
Thank
card
you.
that's come out is a backstab plot card. Play after rolling to attack a guard or nemesis, add +3 strength to that
I think
roll.
that's for us.
Yes.
That
very
seems like us.
Backstab.
That's a very
It's very us.
That done, you then, just
Take
make sure we do it
stock.
correctly, take stock. Do you have 10 or more suspicion?
I do not.
How many do you have?
I have 1.
Is that more than everyone else?
Yes.
Take the most suspicious minion counter. Now, this is a very important coin. This most suspicious minion counter means that if anything says, the most suspicious minion gets this, he is the one that gets it. Did you catch it?
now.
Oh, and well done, sir. Absolutely marvellous. Captured them off.
Set it free.
I can't open the door. Thank you.
Oh, it's right back in. It literally came back.
Right, so
Delicious.
you then advance the street down. So that one goes off the street, and then everything else moves down, and we draw cards to fill out the top end.
Right, so first coming out we have the Pieman's Boy, the Merchant, and the Armourer, an Artisan.
Nice. So,
It is us.
I do believe, as we battle on, it is you. What would you like to do?
I think
Who are you targeting on
we
the
should
street?
target the cleric.
Yes.
Because we would have to get past the guard to target the other ones, and the nemesis, we don't want them at the moment. Do you want to roll the dice?
Yes.
So who are you going up to?
The cleric.
The cleric, the very first
The
one.
very
We're
first one.
just
Oh,
dipping our
right.
toe
You're
into
just
the
dipping
street.
your toe into the street.
Oh.
Oh! Successfully
Well done,
taken out. So
Birdie.
how much suspicion do you get? Is the favour at the bottom.
We get 4 suspicion.
So turn that face down. Pick up your 4 suspicion marks. They are now the most suspicious minion at the table.
What loot will we get, Birdie?
Birdie, most suspicious? Never.
I think we should get.
Right,
Is
imitate
what
that.
is there's one with cunning and one with what's the other one?
The other one is in foul poverty, which would
Oh,
mean
no,
you
we
could
don't want
lose
that
D6
one.
suspicion.
Foul poverty, never.
Yes, let's take this.
So what have you taken?
We have taken the Pontiff's Mitre, +2 cunning. The bigger the hat, the holier the head within.
So true. Look at your hat.
Look at our hat, buddy.
So you can then pop over to the inn.
Right. What is in the inn?
Backstab.
Backstab.
Backstab. That's it.
There is another dark deed,
What
which
is the other dark
to fake a confession, which you score when you successfully attack the sheriff, the pontiff, or the witch sniffer.
Or we could lose some suspicion.
There's also an option to take the top card, and if you take the top card, the other 2 cards are discarded, and you don't know what the top card is, but nobody else knows either.
Let's do that.
It's a gamble.
Yes.
Sneaky.
And then finally, we check our hand. Do you have 6 or more cards? Because if you do, you need to discard.
No, we've
Then-
got 6.
Perfect.
Are these
6.
discarded face up or face down?
Face down.
They're-
Face
they're-
down. No, face up.
they're
We'll be fine.
not
It's
still-
discard.
still.
No, she took the.
I took
Oh,
the
'cause
top
the
two, so you now need to put out 2 more.
So you put
I
out
was
2 more.
listening.
Yes, you are.
Check for arrest.
Well done, Mr. Stume.
We have 4 suspicion, you have 1. Nobody is arrested. Please advance the street, Leopold's apprentice
Would people
Emmanuel.
like to know what's come out in the tavern?
Yes, what's come out? Let's have it.
We have 2 plot cards. We have Pass the Buck, give one of your dark deeds to another player,
Ooh.
and Gift of the Gab. Roll 2d6. If the result is less than your current suspicion, reduce your suspicion total by that number.
Excellent. So we get one more person walking out onto the street. Who is it?
It is the poacher.
The
Not
poacher.
artisan.
Right. Elric, who would you like to target?
What's the first one?
It's a nemesis, the alewife.
And it's worth 6, right?
Yes.
So
So-
I can attack.
You certainly can. Now, nemeses are worth more favour than the other ones because the patron loves seeing them taken out. They might be applicable to one of your dark deeds as well.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So
What's
let's
in
go.
next favour?
Now, I will
6.
make a word of warning about dark deeds. If you found out that you've completed a dark deed after the event which completes it, too late. You've got to do it when you complete the dark deed.
Ah, no!
Hairballs for you.
So who was it that just roundly thrashed you?
I could burn the whole thing.
Who was it?
The
Alewife.
alewife.
There, you went up to the wife and she just batted you around the head and said, "I don't think so. I'm far more."
Huge tracts of land.
So that failed, but you can still nurse your wounds or your feelings in the
So
tavern over
I
a
get
drink.
nothing.
You
just
get nothing from that. You sadly failed.
successful.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I'll have, what's the term? I'm going to dig for dirt.
Okay.
And I'll have the one that lets me give away
A dark
the
deed.
dark deed.
Pass the buck. There you
Thank
go.
So-
you.
He has the bitter sting of failure.
Maybe I wanted to fail.
Maybe.
Yes.
I didn't.
All
but
important
maybe.
sod off plot card.
The all-important sod off. That's one that allows you to stop somebody else's plot card. It is a very good card.
Only if it's played against you. You
Absolutely.
can't just randomly interfere in other people's turns.
Quite. So, Mistress Fume, I suppose you don't have any. No suspicion. No, you're not going to be arrested.
Me? Suspicion?
No. Have we moved the street down?
But this is important.
Have we
isn't it?
moved the street down?
No, because a nemesis
We'll
comes
go
off the
to
end.
Elric.
And goes to Elric. Now, when a nemesis goes off the end of the street, he will pursue whosever's turn it is, which means he goes over and can only be attacked by him. That is it.
Look-
Nobody else, unless you have a special card that says you can attack someone else's nemesis.
Lucas, this one is a she.
Oh, is it a she? Oh, I apologise.
Please apologise to the Alewife.
So
I apologise, Alewife.
Do I attack
So
You
on
can
my
choose.
turn
Yes.
Yes.
instead of going?
You can
Yes.
choose to attack. That's an extra street space almost, just for you.
Yeah.
You'll find out that guards can also be sent over as they pursue you. If they pursue you, you have to sneak past all of them before you can attack anyone else.
And if I don't kill her,
She will be
do I
there
lose points?
at the end of the game,
at the end of the game.
Ooh.
you've had
Yes,
the whole
quite.
game to deal with your nemesis.
And you just didn't. The patron will be deeply unimpressed with you if you don't take out that nemesis.
But it made sense. I should have, because he was going to come to me no matter what. So.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
And the new denizen on the street is another nemesis, the tax collector. Boom.
I know. It's not good.
Excellent. Right, so, Mr. Sume,
Good.
who are you going to attack?
Well, I'm not going to attack first. I'm going to sneak first because
Sneak?
there is guard.
Is there a guard? What's the guard's perception?
That's the smaller one.
Yes.
There's an 8.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
He's a very vigilant guard. Is it by any chance the vigilant guard?
It is the vigilant guard.
Can I get the rules?
Oh, yes, of course. I don't need them.
Hopefully Ronaldo's on my side.
Hopefully.
Come on, Yume, Sume, Yume, Bume.
Boom, it's not a new one. Ah!
Right, so this is where we get our first, because we're playing it in game mechanic.
Oh no.
Oh.
And it's getting played with Yume. If you wish, you can spend all of your fortune points for a reroll, but only you.
Just now or in general?
You can do it later if you wish, but it will use all your fortune points up for the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas.
I'm okay.
Good then, give a visit to Tavern.
Yes, I will.
Well, no.
Oh.
If
Who
she
was
fails
it?
to sneak past the guard, doesn't the guard now follow her?
Yes, unfortunately. They're after you
The
now.
guard is onto you.
No.
Very suspicious.
I thought that was just what
No,
I
that's
had
not.
to do.
Is that
That's not.
only when you attack them?
No, that doesn't happen. You completely confused me there, Father.
That's why I asked.
Yes, no, it's fine. He just goes pip paff, off you go, kicks you off the street.
So it's only if you
and
fail
all
to
done.
attack
So,
them.
quiet.
Gotcha.
And I will take the sod off.
Nice.
Shotgun.
The new plot card that's come out is Take 'em Out, which allows you to attack a nemesis who is chasing another player.
Oh, as we were suggesting, there are ways to attack someone else's
So,
nemesis.
for instance, if somebody had a dark deed that encouraged them to attack the alewife, they may very well want that plot card in order to be able to do so.
Right.
My
Check for arrest. Nobody has got
no.
suspicion.
No?
And then this one goes off and then starts following me.
Yes.
Indeed.
Keep it face up.
Who have you got?
The pontiff.
Oh, the pot.
It's quite a big
Isn't
one.
that 11?
We've got his hat.
I know. Clearly, I thought that I was the one who stole his hat. My instructions
look
emanate
very-
from a higher source. Sounds like Lupul.
His hat. Right, sir, what would you like to do? Who would you like to target upon said street?
So, just to clarify, because I
Yes.
believe we're coming to sort of an end of a round.
Yes, we are.
Potentially.
Yes.
Arresting,
Mhm.
and how one is arrested.
If you have 10 suspicion. then
If you have
check
10 or
for
more
arrest.
suspicion, you will be arrested. Now,
And a guard following you.
And
yes,
the guard.
the guard has to be following you also
Right.
for that to happen. And being arrested is not necessarily a bad thing. What he does is that they need a big bribe. So they take all of your equipment away. So if you've got any equipment that you've taken anywhere else, they take all of that, then they kick you out back on the street again, because we all know what the Altdorf guard are
It's
like.
just like the other
It's just like that. They just kick everybody out and they're like, be on your way, we've got your stuff, get out of here. And then, most importantly, you lose all of your suspicion.
Oh, okay. all right.
So being arrested can sometimes be a good thing.
Interesting. And then when you say all of your equipment, you mean any
All the
loot?
loot.
All the loot.
Correct, all your loot.
Okay, all right, lovely stuff. Yeah, it seems very straightforward. Right.
Also,
Well,
remember that this guard.
I'm going to have to deal
Well,
with this
the
person.
No.
guard will go to the person with the highest suspicion,
So if you.
which at the moment is us.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you don't have more than 4
We've got 4.
suspicion, then it won't be following you.
And if you get an equal number of suspicion to them,
Yeah.
say for example you got 4,
Mhm.
they'd still be the most suspicious
You have to
because
get
they
more
got it
than-
first. You have to go over.
Right. Okay. Good.
But if you want anything past the guard, you'll have
I've
to
still
sneak
got to deal
past
with the
the
guard.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
quite.
So either I can take him head on and try and roll a 7. Correct.
Yes, that's
That's
correct.
the large
Or
number, or I
sneak.
can
Indeed.
pass
Now,
on 8.
the issue with attacking the guards is they're often not worth very many favour points because the patrons don't care that much about the guards because most of them are corrupt.
Also, once you attack a guard, you can't then attack someone else.
Correct.
You just attack the guard.
Yes, you just attack the guards.
To get to attack someone, you have to sneak past the guards.
Right.
If you're
okay.
attacking a guard, that's your attack.
Unless you got the arbalist.
Right.
Unless you have the arbalist,
Like
in which case you
Leopold.
could go pew, pew,
So
pew.
you choose your target, and if
Okay.
there's a guard between you and your target, you have to sneak past.
I shall attack the guard.
Excellent. So what is the guard's strength? 7. So 7 or more. Here he goes.
Does the badger live? Oh,
6.
Son of a... That was a 4 and then a roll up. Oh, that's annoying.
Poor old Terry the Badger.
Right.
So,
okay.
special rule dings off now for Gerhardt. If you wish, you can take a reroll at the cost of 1d6 corruption points.
Don't do it.
Oh my god.
Don't
Hold
do
on.
it.
There is not a limit to this.
Does he get
If
to?
you roll the d6, it's going to be a 1.
Does he get to
Fine.
re-roll both d6s or just one of them?
He can choose. I'm happy with that.
I'm 1 under at the moment. Like, why wouldn't you?
Oh.
Dude,
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just
I'm telling you, he's haven't played Blood Bowl. Dice mean nothing to that man.
You play
Oh,
half and
wow.
That's what you do. All right, so
roll them.
and that's it. It's set as 6. So I'm below the 7.
So he sees you trying to attack him, is rather unimpressed with it, and gives chase immediately.
Right.
So you take that card, place it in front of you. It is now your guard, and you will have to, if you want to target anyone on the street, sneak past that guard first for
Okay.
your turn. Or, if you wish, you can just attack that guard.
Okay, very good. And then I go to
dig
visit.
for dirt.
Okay,
Visit
right.
the tavern.
What
Interesting.
tavern is it? Is it based on an outdoor tavern?
It could be almost certainly one of the
Have
street
I-
of 100 taverns, wouldn't it?
So have I picked up some suspicion as well in doing this?
From attacking a guard, no, 'cause he's chasing after you, as I recall.
Right, because he's
Only
not
if you
suspicious
took him out.
because I did something.
I thought you
Very
got one.
obvious.
You may get one. I'm just going to double check. It's been a while since I read the rules. I only
Yes,
edited
if you
them.
fail,
could be
if
right.
you fail,
That sounds
if you
right.
attack
And
a
it's
guard
one.
and fail, you get one suspicion
Yeah.
on the guard.
Oh,
Right.
one suspicion.
Thank
Do
you.
they serve stew at the tavern?
I think they serve copious bowls of stew.
Then I will take. I will.
Huge bowls of
Quite
stew.
happy.
dig for dirt.
I would suggest if you're looking for stew, go to the Myrmidia's
Them
Breast.
stew
It's a very
bowls.
good tavern.
More than stew if you go to the LY.
What has come out?
So the plot card Greed is Good. After successfully robbing a citizen, take both face-up loot cards of the appropriate deck.
So, this is where we pause. Who has the most suspicion?
Lindsay.
Okay, so that's the Birdie Alamenoise team. Okay?
Oh no, it's being
One.
recorded.
And yes, there are
This is-
ramifications
this is
for everything.
Very anxiety. Out of character. Very anxiety.
Very stressful.
Love it.
No,
We don't know. Should we
know
be,
what we're doing.
Is this good? Is this bad?
It's like walking through a delayed action land, like minefield.
Yes.
Right? Like we're walking, there's mines here somewhere, but we won't know if we stood on them.
This is the Birdie Alamenoise card. Who are they benefiting? Can you see through it? You can't! Because I have good cards.
And are they
Right.
benefiting by having more suspicion or not benefiting by having more suspicion?
It's you.
Who knows? Right.
So, Father, you
Wait,
are
wait,
wait,
going to
wait.
move the street down at the end.
We'll advance the street.
Make sure it all goes down. And who's the new interloper?
The City Watch.
Oi, oi.
Right, so
Oi, oi.
at this point, I shall point out how the game ends so that you understand. In the last 12 or so cards, there is a card called the Brute Squad. And the Brute Squad has received orders from the Emperor himself to clear out the streets because there's been so many naughty minions running around doing terrible things, and a curfew is put in place.
Has there been a riot, Lucas?
Almost certainly is a riot. And the Brute Squad comes in to clear the streets.
As
and
they
will
say, if it's a day that ends in tag in Altdorf, it's a riot.
It's a riot, exactly. And they will be the end game. When he moves off the street, the game comes to an end. One cannot attack the Brute Squad because there's just too many of them, Reichsguard being what they are. So that is that. I do believe it is your good stealth, Father.
Marvellous. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use me pocket arbalest to attack the tax collector.
The tax collector.
That feels like the patriotic Altdorf thing to do.
It's the only right thing to do.
Indeed. I mean, I did it even without, but with the +2, yes, I have successfully beaten that. So he comes over here. I take a mighty 7 suspicion.
How many suspicion do you have now,
Take
Father?
it to 8.
He is now the most suspicious minion.
So
The
suspicious.
card that you've taken, place it down into your score pile, face down. Marvellous.
Lovely.
He's gathering the favour. Now, you might note that the father is beginning to slowly but surely creep ahead. That means that you can all start fidgeting through your various cards, going, is there anything I can do to perhaps rebalance affairs? Now, I'm not saying you all gang up on him because someone else might be ahead by the very next turn. But do be aware there are ways to gang up on others should you wish to do so.
Well,
Wait.
we're not moved to that phase yet.
Sorry.
It's important. So I'm going to play a plot card.
Our first plot card! What is it, Father?
It is Snitch.
Tell us all, what does it do?
Snitch allows me to roll 2d6 choose either result, remove that number from my suspicion, and give it to another player.
No, marvelous. 666.
Oh! I rolled a 6.
And who are you going to give the suspicion to?
Oh,
Who do you think is your biggest threat?
I think I'm going to give it to Elemental and Bird.
Oh!
That's what I'm going to do. 6 suspicion.
Sod off.
Oh, really? Well, I'll sod off.
So they both played a sawed-off card, which allows you to cancel someone else's card. So they cancelled the father's card, and then the father in turn cancelled their card back.
Lovely.
So how do we...
It goes
How
into
many
the discard pile.
So you now get those 6 suspicion.
Yes, you do.
The discard's all right there.
Yep,
Marvellous.
perfect.
I've still got some suspicion though, so I'm going to play another stitch.
Oh, marvellous. He's throwing it out there.
Get rid of all of it.
4?
4. I've only got 2, so I'll take the 4.
Who are you going to give it to?
And I'm going to give this to. I'm going to give it to you, mate. I'm going to give it to you, mate. There you go. Now, I believe you're now most suspicious.
Yes, we're very suspicious.
I believe I've also just played 3 plot cards in a single turn.
Yes, you have.
So I'm going to score a cunning plan. Dark deed.
Cunning plan, dark deed, our first dark deed. And what exactly does it say?
It says score if you play 3 plot cards during your turn.
Well
So,
done.
If I
Brava.
can reveal, pull back the curtain to reveal, I knew that they had the sod off, and I knew that I had a sod off, and so I gave it to them.
But how did you know
purely
we had the sod off?
Because you picked it up from the.
No, we didn't.
Didn't you? Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought you picked it up.
No.
Uh-oh.
It was in our hand.
Andy,
Did you
remember
cheat?
you were looking on their hands.
Lucas, Leopold pretended to be blind and then looked at our hand.
It's the long cord.
She did.
I'm clearly
He's been doing this for months just so he could go.
I thought you took it from the tavern deck. You did.
No.
You did take it from the tavern deck.
Oh, wow.
It was one of them.
They
no.
know. They took a random one from the top,
Yes,
so
we
it
took
went
a
away.
random
Oh, that's
one.
right.
He's a cheater.
You did.
Lucas, I
Oh.
The
demand an
novitiate
inquiry.
didn't tell you.
No.
She's against you. She's working for me.
Actually hilarious.
Perhaps
I
because I've been nice to you recently, Ronald favoured me, although I suspect he's not going to.
I do believe
anymore.
it's time to move the street down.
Nothing.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
time
we're
for
not
me
there yet?
to.
Oh, you haven't been to the
I
inn?
haven't been to the
Haven't
tavern
been
yet.
tavern yet. So go have a drink at the Breast of Mamidia.
So I think
It's a great tavern.
Clarification.
Yes.
The father's played many a card there.
Yes.
If you play a card that does an action that you can only do once per turn,
Yes.
are you allowed to do that as many times? Let's say you've got some cards I know.
You can play as many of the plot cards as you wish,
Yeah.
as long as they're legal. You can't just play one that does nothing.
Right.
But you can only play one dark deed for each phase of your turn.
Yes, you can only achieve one dark deed. So if you had a dark deed that was get the alewife and play 3 plot cards, and you did that all in the same phase, you would you would have to pick
Yes,
which
Okay,
one.
that's fine. So for instance, when I tried to fight my guard,
Yes.
if I had another card that allowed me to attack someone else,
Yes.
so I've
Yes,
obviously
you could
failed
do
that.
that.
I should. Okay, good, excellent.
You need to wait till your turn, though.
Yes, well, I've missed a key moment. That's fine.
It's just like real life.
So I
Because you
think
don't have
I'm going
gifts for the
to
gown.
follow suit. I'm going to take the one off of the top.
Oh, I remove the 2 other cards because that immediately discards them. And we're going to get more dark deeds coming face up here. Now, here is one of the downsides to revealing dark deeds. Sometimes you give somebody a very easy one to claim. Let's find
So
out.
we have partners in crime. Score when you successfully attack the alewife, the prince, or the merchant baron. I know someone will want a copy of that. And kidnap a nemesis. Score when you successfully attack a nemesis who is chasing you.
Oh my!
So, and because there's only one turn before Elric, unless they take the top one, he's definitely getting at least one of them.
Assuming he chooses to take them.
I
Absolutely.
mean, that's me mad.
Right, so...
Now we can advance the street. So, the pieman's boy goes off the end.
He's safe.
Can you play a plot card at any time?
you can play plot cards during your turn.
Says
Yes,
play-
I
it says
think
play
Some
cards
plot
anytime.
cards, some plot cards can be played on other people's turns.
Ooh, we have another nemesis who come out, the sheriff.
Ooh.
So
Oh, he's
what do
very
we-
tough.
Ready. We've got a...
So who are you going to target?
I think, shall we target this?
We appear to have
the
this. They're not
poacher?
quite on the squares there. So we move a
Yes.
little.
Or we
We don't. We can't blame the father for that. He is blind.
target the, what is it? The poacher.
Yes.
Fine.
Shall I roll?
Go for it.
Yes.
Yay.
Excellent. Take the poacher.
So they've targeted the poacher and eliminated him
Yes. Eliminated him. And now we get a... we get
Was that a nemesis?
No,
No,
it's
no.
just
It's an artisan.
Outside, so you get to
So-
I didn't think so.
There is either a trusty stabber, +1 strength, or the pocket arbalest, +2 strength, like I had. You can ignore guards, but they can't stack with anything else.
+1 strength, I think. Already.
Trusty stabber.
Yes.
Trusty
Excellent.
stab.
Bring out a new card. And what do we have?
The new
Father?
card is Caltrops.
Yeah, we've had
Discard this loot to remove any guards and nemesis who are chasing you.
Oh, handy.
one. Right, so now we visit the tavern. What's the alewife's attack value?
6.
You think you're trying to stab it?
Well, if we took that, yes,
Excellent. Are you playing a plot card? You're thinking of it?
yes,
You are? Which plot card are you playing?
take him out.
Yes.
Take him out!
Attack a
Read it out.
nemesis who is chasing another player. If you are successful, add the nemesis to your score pile.
Right, give it a go.
Hold on.
Oh!
Sod right off.
Marvellous! Truly brilliant.
Lovely.
So can we replenish the extra
Yeah,
cards?
Does your plot card have to go to the discard?
Yes, it needs to be
No.
discarded.
Oh,
You
the plot
played
card
it,
does,
yes.
Cheap, Lucas.
Right,
He's the first one to cry.
The new plot card that's come out is Bait the Trap. Choose a nemesis who is chasing another player. That nemesis is now chasing you.
Ooh. Right, move them all down. One off.
The armourer is safe.
And then they all fill up the spaces. And what do we have next?
Coming out, we have another watch, the city watch, and the recruit. Whoa, there's a lot of guards out there.
What is it? Is there a guard at the end?
That's a lot
Mhm.
of guards.
There's a city watch twice.
Or maybe we should have lost some
There's
suspicion.
2 recruits, 2 city watch.
Right, so I do believe it is yourself, Elric. What is your plan?
What's the dark deed in the tavern?
Kidnap a nemesis. Score when you successfully attack a nemesis who is chasing you.
Right. So I should hold off.
But
Before
we can't-
attacking that one.
Yeah.
You don't need to attack that one if you don't want to. You need
No,
to go
I
straight
can
to the street.
ignore.
Yes.
I'm going to attack a guard.
Yes, we don't like them anyway.
Yeah.
Because we are bad people.
We'll just do...
We're good people.
Well,
They're
because we have
corrupt.
to sneak
Corrupt
past
guards.
Yeah.
We're
we'll
good
just do
people.
the first one. Is it 5?
Recruit
Uh,
is a
6.
6.
Oh, I thought it was the bottom
Five.
number.
So
That's
that's
the
the sneak,
percent.
That's the sneak
Oh.
past them.
and
Oh,
you'd
then
have to
no.
sneak past both.
So you'd have to roll 5.
I'll sneak past the first one, attack the second one.
Excellent. So the perception of the first one is 5, is it?
Yes.
So 5 or higher to sneak past.
Oh.
Oh, beautiful! As Elric creeps along the street past that one, and then another guard rounds the corner and says, "Oi, you, sir!" And you bop it across the head, take out that guard, add it to your favour pile. Do we have a dark deed that is completed? Just make sure.
No.
How
We
much
do not.
suspicion do you need to take?
I get 4.
For suspicion, marvellous.
Maybe keep that face down so
Yeah.
you don't get this confused.
Excellent. There's your first.
No,
you
may.
Those
you
are
may
mine.
say-
just
Sorry.
4
You
of
can
them.
have
What's
it.
going on?
Take 4. Take 4.
Those
You've
are
handed
yours.
one!
That's
That's
a
just
3.
3. It was upside down.
It's a different color.
I don't see colour. I'm just that kind of person.
What a guy.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, I do have a dark deed.
Oh,
Score.
marvellous. What is it?
Cause chaos.
And what is the... What, read
So,
it out?
score when you successfully attack a guard.
Hey! Excellent. 1 dark deed completed by Elric. Your patron will be proud.
I'll go to the tavern and I'll dig for dirt. Bruv.
Are you? So you're going to be taking that?
I'm going to take...
So you go up and you say, "Excuse me, any more dark deeds?" And he says, "There you go," and passes you over a very important mission.
That's a very good working class Oldorf
Do you
accent.
think so?
Yeah, very well done.
There you go.
We have another Gift of the Gab that's come out.
Gift of the Gab. What does that do?
That's the one where you roll 2d6. If it is less than your current suspicion, you reduce your suspicion by that number.
It's the one Gerhard can't do.
And now we check for arrest. We have.
Oh, that would have been on your
No,
turn.
we haven't advanced the street. Oh, no.
Yes,
Yeah,
but-
never mind.
on.
Did you not do it on your turn?
Yes, but we didn't have a guard chasing us.
You don't do it until you only check for arrest on your turn.
I thought you checked.
No, not every turn. Only on your turn. So when it comes back round to you, you'll be checking for arrest there. You don't check for arrest for everyone. Only yourself.
No,
Right.
you check for arrest for everyone.
No, just yourself.
So I check for arrest.
Right.
I'm fine.
Quite.
And then the And then advance
Making
the
me doubt
strength so
myself.
that
I'm gonna go
guard
check
will
the
come
rules.
to us, as we are the most suspicious.
We are very suspicious. Or we are very tall.
Indeed.
We have the Merchant Baron has come out, another nemesis, and the Gnosticant, a cleric.
Very
Looks
good.
Suspiciously like a beast man who's a cleric.
So, Mr. Sume.
Yes, it does.
I will try and steal from this person.
The Master Smith.
Master Smith. Oh, great. Exactly. Yay.
Well done.
So I take this person and have 3 suspicion. Thank you. Thank you.
What type of loot do you get?
And actually, I will use my plot card. Greed is good to take both.
Nice.
Nice.
Marvellous.
What manner of citizen was it?
Blue.
Blue. There you go. So you have a pocket arbalest and some caltrops. Very nice. And what has come out is an assassin's blade. Ooh. +1 strength, and once per turn you may re-roll a failed attack.
Oh.
Very powerful piece of loot. And a smog bomb. Discard this loot to automatically sneak past any guards and automatically rob 1 citizen this turn.
Given that I misheard you and I thought you said smug bomb, one would probably feel quite smug if it was successful. I would say so.
Indeed.
Yes.
Check.
So has the street been moved, and have we checked for suspicion and everything?
No.
Tavern.
You may has to go to the tavern.
Tavern to dig
Yes.
some dirt or reduce suspicion.
Of the guard for less suspicion, or
Now, it depends how nasty you want to be. Because you know that Elric has a nemesis following him and has just taken a dark deed to attack that nemesis. So you could very well take a plot card that may thwart that.
I also have more sawed-offs.
Do you?
Do you know?
Does
3
he
have
know?
already been
3 have
played.
already been played.
I will test that theory.
Are you playing a card?
I'm playing a card.
What are you playing?
This one is called Bait the Trap.
What does it do?
And I choose a nemesis. I don't think anyone else has
No.
a nemesis, right? So it has to be you, Elric.
Mhm.
No.
And the nemesis is now chasing me.
Do you have a sort of?
Yes, I do.
You do you?
It's upside down. I think the card is misprinted.
Unfortunately, I think you find that Marcus was very diligent in ensuring that all the cards were perfect. So no.
and then because I have 2 nemesis, score when you have at least 2 nemesis chasing you.
Now you just have to get rid of them before you lose all the points for having.
You can have it back now.
And
Right,
the-
so that
the
done.
New
What have
card
we
that's
got?
come out is another dark deed,
Ooh.
and it is Star-Crossed Lovers. Score when you successfully attack the Witch Sniffer or the Courtesan.
That's an
Neither of
interesting
them come out.
pairing.
The
Quite.
witch
So move down the street.
Go.
Witch sniffer.
I don't think the witch hunters would to be called sniffy.
Perhaps that's what we should start calling them.
And
Not to their face.
perhaps fitting if we're in Ostland, the Ostlander has come out.
Oh, the Ostler from Ostland.
Yes.
Marvellous. Right, sir. What would you like to do? Who would you like to target?
Okay, so I have this guard who is currently
Yes,
following me.
you can either sneak past that and target someone on the street,
You can go
or
positive
attack
with
the guard himself.
Okay, all right, lovely stuff. So first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to play a mine card, please.
Mine? Is that
Um,
mine or?
Mine.
Yes.
I steal loot from the most suspicious
Oh,
minion.
fuck you.
So,
And the horse you rode in on.
Yeah.
that's quite right.
Which one do you want?
Which one is what?
There's
what?
+2 cunning to sneak past things.
Right.
And to rob citizens.
And to rob citizens.
Yes. And then
No.
plus
Yeah,
one.
and then the strengths for guards
Oh.
and nemesis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
And the other one?
+1 strength to
right.
attack things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
attack things or...
And she's understating it, and also a reroll once per turn.
No.
Oh no, you've not got the apologies.
No. He's targeting us.
I'm just blind.
He's targeting us.
That's
I'm
because
blind.
he's a dastardly minion.
Yes,
He's
you're right.
supposed to.
That'll be that one. That'll be that
He's-
set. I'm blind.
He's playing to type. He's doing very well. He's like one of those beggars you get on the street corners where they're like, "We're blind." And they take all your things when you're not looking.
We are horrifying.
Okay, I will take
apologise.
the stabber, please.
Grossly mischaracterized.
The stabber.
Yes, thank you.
Have it then.
Gonna kill the
I
guard.
appreciate that. Lovely stuff. No, I'm not going to kill him. So that's the mine done. So I bin that here. Yes, lovely stuff. Right, then I wish to play E Did It. A guard or nemesis who is now chasing you is now chasing another player of your choice. So, who's doing the best? I think it's you, Leopold.
I think that's
You
fair.
shall have a guard. There you are.
Excellent.
Wonderful. All right.
Which means he'll now have to sneak past, or
So-
alternatively,
No, he's got the
attack.
pocket obelisk.
Oh, yes, he can just take a shot.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Right, and then I'd like to play Take Him Out. Attack a
He's going
nemesis
mad.
who's chasing another player. If you are successful, add the nemesis to your score pile. I would like to the alewife, please.
That alewife has really been around.
Anything from you? Nope. Lovely stuff.
To the alewife. What's her number?
6.
6, 7. You sneak her right over into her gang territory with the alewife is stomping around trying to find her, and then mug her.
Right, lovely stuff.
Sack over her head, drag her off.
Thank you. So,
That goes into your score pile. And you get...
I get the suspicion.
Yes, you get the suspicion equal to the figure.
Wonderful.
6 suspicion.
Don't be suspicious.
So how many
Don't
suspicion
be
do you have now?
suspicious. I have 7.
Who's got the most?
We've still got the most.
How much do you have?
We've got 11.
Oh, well, yes, yeah. Do you have any guards chasing you just now?
Yes.
Oh, marvellous. If they don't get the suspicion down below 10, well, by the end of their turn, they will be nabbed.
Oh, kill the guard.
I'll kill the guard.
Lovely stuff. And I would like to complete the dark deed, punish the
Oh.
runaway.
Oh, quite
Which
right,
is
2. And
Successfully attack the patient, or patent. Patient, thank you. Alewife or the bounty hunter, which I've just done. Right, now I'll actually go to the street, shall I?
excellent. And what a turn, sir. You are doing very well.
Okay, what's going on?
No, but you attacked your guard, didn't
No,
you?
No.
I gave him to you.
Oh, you gave him to us. No, you gave him to Leopold.
Gave him to Leopold, that's who I gave
And he
him
attacked the nemesis.
Right,
That's
with the
pot
card.
Not his
which is
turn.
Why I asked my question earlier. Right, so we have a purple person. Purple person is just high scoring.
You can
correct?
do, yes, and you can pass
Yes.
by them.
And they will chase you.
They'll
at
be
the end.
following you if you don't take them out.
So I do have to deal with him, sort of. Anyway, right?
What is it?
But you lose points if you have it at the end and not
Yes.
dealt with it. Yeah.
But it won't get you
Interesting.
arrested, so you can keep him following you in a holding pattern for a while.
So, who are you going to target, sir?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I do apologise. I thought about everything else. I'll take out the sheriff. Why not?
Excellent.
But not the deputy.
No, couldn't kill him. Oh, that's bad.
No, that did not work.
So he just follows me?
Yes, at the end of the
Wait,
turn,
no, wait,
when the
you
street
have
goes
to
down.
You have to visit the tavern first.
You do the tavern first.
Before you advance
Right,
the street,
lovely
because
stuff, so he
something you
stays
might
there.
pick something from the tavern, or someone else might play something.
That's that.
So either you dig for dirt,
Right.
or you lose 1d6 suspicion.
Right, gift of the gas.
As you lay low, having a
Lay
drink.
low.
I'm going to actually take a plot card.
Oh, marvellous. So that goes inside. The others are discarded, and new cards are placed out.
Lucas, what happens if the deck to the left there runs out? Does it
Just
shuffle?
reshuffle and make a new deck.
Okay.
We have foiled. Play after another player rolls dice. Subtract 3 from that roll. And we have another dark deed. Cream of the crop. Score when you successfully rob a citizen with 8 cunning.
The cream of the crop.
So exactly 8. Not 8 or above.
Thanks, 8 more.
Right. So take stock, check for arrest. I'm going to get arrested. Right?
No.
Nope,
Yep,
lovely stuff.
advance
No
the
guard.
street.
So then the sheriff comes to follow me. Perfect. Discard cards.
And
Not at
everyone
6.
else moves down.
Well,
Excellent.
no, do you
No,
get
he
Could
goes
you fix that card at the end, Gahan? Look, it's
Ah,
out of its
oh.
box.
He can't see it.
She said Gerhard.
That's why I said Gahan.
Ah,
It's
sorry.
not Leopold.
I misheard,
Oh, that's a
misheard you.
big guard.
Yeah, the captain.
Oh dear, the captain has arrived. He's arrived on the street. The guard captain with 12 as his number. Very difficult to roll on 2 6-sided dice.
And 8 just to sneak by him.
Right, father.
Impressive.
Who would you like to target?
So just gonna out of character check. Nothing else happens at the end of that because something happened at the end last time.
No, not the second round.
Good. Okay, lovely. Right then. So I think first things first. I'm gonna play E did it, and I'm gonna make this guard follow. I think it's gonna have to be Birdie Allen anyway.
We are really not a threat to you.
Why does he hate us?
Are you scared of us?
And while I'm there, I think I'm also going to play mine to steal a loot card from the most suspicious minion. It's awfully.
I mean, you were going to lose them anyway, so.
No, because we could have lost suspicion. We could have had things in our hands.
Right, that is of no use to me at all. Right, what am I going to do?
At least you can shoot past the guards.
I can. I think I might as well. I think I might go for. Oh no, that's to make an attack. So this is an important clarification.
Yes.
I can, with the pocket arbalest, I can ignore the guards to make an attack.
Yes.
So if I wanted to attack the nemesis or the captain, say,
But
I
not-
could. But if I
but
wanted
not
to
to
rob
steal.
the Ostler,
Correct.
I would have to sneak
Yes.
past.
Absolutely.
I do, however, have +2 cunning in my sneaking past because I'm wearing the Pontiff's Mitre.
Oh, where did that come from?
We feel really victimized.
So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to try and sneak past the guards in order to get to the Ostler.
The patron cares very little for your whimpering.
Yes. So I'll attempt to sneak past the first city watch.
First one,
Successfully done. I'll attempt to sneak past the recruit.
recruit.
Successfully done.
Hold on, that was the same 2 rolls exactly. Cheat! Cheat!
Can't help it for an
You're
art's
not-
favouring me.
You're not. Yeah, I think Sigmar might have something to say. about that.
And,
Wait, are these your bones?
and I'll attempt to rob the Ostler. Yeah.
Successfully done.
Successfully
So take the
robbed.
Ostler into your score pile.
Lovely.
These are
That's
dice and not
3
bones,
suspicion.
unfortunately.
Let's hope he's not playing out of character. Let's hope he's not playing a bad
I
character.
know.
Yeah.
And I will take
Which one is he playing?
to compliment my Pontiff's Mitre. I will take a pretty petticoat,
Ah,
which gives me
oh, so lovely.
+1 cunning, +2 cunning when sneaking past a guard.
Because the guards are like, oh, look at your pretty petticoat. Oh, I say, madame.
And your big Pontiff Mitre.
Absolutely.
And then new out is Sacco Gold, which you can discard to sneak past all the guards in the street.
Because they're definitely not corrupt.
Indeed.
Sir, absolutely. A sack of gold. Right, is your turn? Have you been to the
No,
tavern
I
yet?
think I shall take a certain plot card.
Oh.
Lovely.
Taking a vault.
That to me hand.
And our new dark deed is?
New dark deed is kidnap a guard. Score when you successfully attack a guard who is chasing you.
Oh. Oh. It came out one turn too late.
Yes.
That is a shame. But you might get another one for the
Speaking
end
of
of the game.
chasing guards.
Did you take your suspicion?
Yes, I did. 3.
1.
3.
Oh, 3.
Different colour. So, as we advance the street, only colour, nothing else. So, the City Watch follows the most suspicious minion.
This mayor is just beginning to feel a little bit like a Benny Hill chase.
Fresh out onto the street, we have the Prince.
Oh, the prince.
Oh, the biggest nemesis of all, with score 12. And
The patron very much wants to see the prince taken out. There
Another
may be an
cleric.
award for anyone who takes out the prince.
Ooh.
Conversely, there may not be. as
The
well.
adjutant.
May is a good grey area.
No, and Andy Law. Yes.
No, I got it. No,
You'll
gold.
get it
I
under
need
someone
everything in a
else.
contract.
Yeah.
Right, so who are you going to target on the street?
Oh, well, we've got 3 guards to sneak past.
So are you going to sneak past
No,
them or are you going to
no,
target
I
a
think-
guard?
Shall we attack this one?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll start with the recruit,
The recruit.
which requires a 6.
We can only
Should
attack one of them.
You can only target one of them.
do
So
you have
that's
to
good.
be keeping track of the order they're given to you, or can you?
No,
track
you can take them in any order you
Okay.
prefer.
Grand.
So, do we get suspicion if we attack ones following us or not?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's
How much?
3.
Just one thing.
Just the order.
Then they took it out.
Oh,
Yes.
right, I see.
They come chasing after you. It's only
So
one.
we've done that. I think, shall we
Bless you.
1d6 suspicion is probably not going to take us under, but if we were very lucky, it would.
Yes,
And we're
should
not
we-
going. Oh, what are the dark deeds?
The dark deeds are score when you successfully rob a citizen with 8 cunning, or score when you successfully attack a guard who is chasing you.
But it's worth noting that if you get arrested, all the guards
I
will
know,
go.
I know. So it's pointless.
Yes.
Unless
They'll
if
take
if
the
you
bribe
can, if
and
you
go.
can get it below 10 so you don't get arrested.
Yeah.
Till it gets round to you again, then you
But
could
that'll
score
be
that
gone
one.
by then.
Almost
But
certainly.
you can take. Oh,
No,
I see.
you
so
can
you're gonna
either
get
take it now
Apologies.
and lose
But
it.
So-
also,
You're right.
you're getting a
Yes.
guard pretty much.
Let's lose the suspicion.
We will lay low.
Excellent.
1d6,
Lelo,
I would
1d6
say.
is lost. Roll it. You lose. 5. Oh, are you still going?
We are still going.
Does no one have
Take
to
us
to
down
lower
to
a dice?
9.
by
9,
Oh, no,
excellent.
I mean, someone does, but it feels mean.
so
I feel like I've targeted them a lot.
we're
This game
really
isn't
not
called
impressed.
beige deeds.
No, but they haven't scored as much as you have.
Yeah, we haven't.
I may be saving this
So I
card.
so discontent.
Right, are you completed? If that's the case, can we move the road down? The street, pardon
So
me.
we have another guard. Are you still the most
Who's
suspicious?
the most suspicious?
No,
They've got 9.
you're not. Oh yeah, you are. You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Wait,
Um,
aren't you getting arrested first?
No, they've got 9.
We've
10
only
more.
got 9
Oh.
suspicions.
Yeah, they had 10, but they
We're
reduced
very
it.
suspicious, but not arrestably suspicious.
And out has come the Silk Wife.
Ah, the Silk Wife.
Imagine.
Marvellous.
With a strength of 6.
Another great illustration there from Marcus.
It is lovely.
Right, that being the case, I do believe it is your good self, sir.
I'm gonna attack the merchant. Is that what it
The
says?
Merchant Baron.
Yeah.
So the nemesis.
Before you do that,
Oh, what's happening? You're playing a
we're
plot?
playing a plot card.
What does it do?
He did it. A guard or nemesis who is chasing you is now chasing another player of your choice.
So if I
Steward's
declared
inquiry.
the attack,
Is it
So-
not already his turn?
Yes, but I can play a plot card anytime.
No, you can't. You can only play certain plot cards on other people's turns. It's listed in. You play that any time during your own turn.
well, we could just say it happened at the end of your turn.
Yeah, you can do it
doesn't
at any turn. I'm
But
happy
it
with
does
that.
mean I have to sneak past the guard.
Yes.
to
Yes,
attack.
I'm happy to game battle that. And if he's happy with it, then
Is
Steward's inquiry
Is it
says
an
it
easy
is
guard?
good.
Oh, you
Punk.
8. Right.
Well, if you leave it, it will follow you
Oh,
at the end of the turn.
very good point. I instead will attempt to go for the citizen, so that I have to sneak past the guard.
Yes. So what is his perception?
8.
Oh dear. Do you have
Don't
any?
worry.
Do you have any bonus to your cunning?
No.
Marvelous. So
Yeah.
lucky dice roll. Here it
No.
comes.
Ah, it's a 12. Divided by 2.
So you failed. Do you have anything to bonus? No, never mind.
No.
Sadly, you get your
Guard says, oi, oi.
and
no.
you're, sorry, governor, and off you go. So are you sneaking off to the tavern to lick your
I'll
wounds?
go to the tavern. What are the dark deeds there?
Kidnap a
So-
guard.
One is to attack a guard who's chasing you,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is to rob a citizen with 8 or more cunning.
Oh, and the prince is out.
He's not a
nemesis.
citizen. He's a
not
nemesis.
You're right.
Right now, there's no
citizens.
citizens
Yeah.
out with 8 or more.
I'm gonna be a wild card. I'm gonna take from the top of the deck.
Oh, love it.
Oh,
and it's a dark
risky.
deed as well.
So
Ooh,
risky.
I wonder what he got.
Coming out, we've got 2 plot cards. We have Gift of the Gab, which again is the one roll 2d6. If it's less than your suspicion, you lose that much suspicion. And Take Him Out, which is the one where you can attack a nemesis who is chasing someone else.
So I would check for arrest. I've got 4 suspicions.
You're totally
no.
fine. It's tenable.
And then we advance the street.
So
I
Merchant
get the
Baron comes to
nemesis.
They're stacking up now.
What nemesis
And
have you got?
I
The
have
merchant
no need
baron.
to discard. I have 6 cards. I've got the merchant baron.
Right.
And out onto the street, we have the Grave Digger,
Could I borrow the rules again once more?
Yes, of course.
who I will note does have a cunning of 8.
Excellent for that dark deed. I think that dark
Well,
deed's
that
passed
is
out.
gone.
Um,
Such is the way of the
Mr. Jume, what would you like to do? Who are you going to target?
It's a
He's
good,
counting when they come off. And you're like, oh.
it's a good question.
It's a completely different game with 2 players to 5.
It's a good question. I think What's on the cleric side of the look?
2 vows of poverty.
Okay. That
Which is nothing of
sucks.
value. Discard immediately, lose D6 suspicion.
I do have 5 suspicion.
Is it the same with these, that if you take off the top, it resets it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't like either of those, the chance that it won't be another one of those.
Yep.
I mean, it might be, but it's unlikely.
Oh, you can take from top of these.
Where?
Yes, exactly. That random chance that may grant you a particularly beneficial bonus.
I love random chance.
My old favourite.
Do I need? What do I need? Why would
So
you
who are you going to
say that?
target?
Yes, I will attack the Gnosticant.
The Gnosticant. I can't even say it either.
Don't
Gnosticant.
attack, right?
Well,
Or
rob.
just robbing.
Robbing the Gnosticant.
Yes.
How did you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it?
8, so that's a success. I
Superb.
will take
Add
it.
that to your score pile. Does it
It
manage
is
to
3.
resolve a dark deed?
It does not.
So another 3 suspicion there.
Are you taking the top one?
Um,
Or do you want to just get rid of something?
I will take one of the vows of poverty.
There you go.
So it goes immediately.
yes,
so roll
into
1
the-
die, and you lose that many suspicion points. Suspicion marks.
Yes.
Oh!
Very nice.
Hey, very well done.
Thank you.
Butter wouldn't melt.
That complete lie of a vow of poverty went down very well. Everyone absolutely believed it.
Where do I discard this?
Underneath.
Just
We
over
haven't
at the
got a
side.
discount pile.
Yeah, just add it on the end. So, yeah, or whatever, because each one has its own discard pile. Sure. Martin.
Get it out of the way so that nobody accidentally picks it up. The new cleric loot that's come out is the Blessed Bludgeoner. Plus 2 strength.
Plus 2 strength.
That would have been
Blessed Bludgeoner.
Posh.
sad. Anyway,
I once wielded 2 of those in one game. It was marvellous. It's worth noting that if you do get multiples of pieces of equipment, they just add up. There is no maximum. If you
unless
have,
it says not.
unless it says not to. If you have 2 sets of pretty petticoats, for example, you have the prettiest, frilliest petticoats that have ever been seen.
Pretty, pretty, pretty coat.
I will take this. Take them out.
Excellent. That goes into your hand.
Yes, but then can I use it straight away?
If you wish to do so, it's still on your turn.
Yes, then I will do so. To attack the sheriff.
It fills up immediately, so you push it out.
Well, I was waiting. Someone want to, I don't know, narrate it to any people who might be eavesdropping.
Good point. I see what you're saying.
There are a lot of Ostlanders about.
They seem fascinating.
Who are you attacking?
The sheriff.
Not the deputy. Right, so the sheriff's strength is
9.
9. And do you have any benefits or bonuses?
I have plus 2 strength.
Oh, it's very possible.
No.
Or you just completely fail.
Oh, I completely fail. Wait, do I have something? Beep, 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 beep.
Can I help?
I do not.
No.
So that being the case, you are finished unless you wish to spend all of your fortune
I'm not
points.
going
for
to
a
spend all of my fortune points.
I'm
At least you're
disappointed.
getting offers.
Would
Just
you?
happy to watch me miserable.
So the new thing that's come out of the tavern is Stash, which you can play after being arrested to keep one of your loot cards.
Nice. Nice. Always a good one.
Am I ready to advance the street?
I do believe so. So,
for us, no.
is that the prince almost ready to move out on? It'll be on your turn. The prince will be chasing you.
No, but you
No.
deal with the captain first.
No, but it'd be on your turn.
The prince, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it depends on
Unless-
your turn. Sorry, I thought it was the
unless-
last card.
No, that's the captain.
Is it the captain? Ah.
The Silk Runner has come out. The merchant.
Gerhard, what are you going to do?
Well, I think,
Who are you going to target?
yeah, so it's mightily possible. Let's.
Do you have anyone in front of you first?
I have a sheriff.
So, oh dear.
But he's not a guard.
But he's
a
not a guard.
nemesis.
He's just a nemesis.
Yeah,
He's just
quite.
running around, so I don't have to do
You don't need to deal with him. You can just move straight onto the street if you wish to
Perfect.
ignore the sheriff for the day.
All right. Let us take out. Oh, you said the prince does give something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you'd have to sneak past the guard.
Oh. No, I'm just going to have. I'm going
It
to.
could be purple brain disease.
No,
for all we know.
You would have
Yeah,
to
he's-
sneak past the guard to get the prince.
I'm just trying to think. If I fail to sneak past him, he's going to just turn up here anyway. And then I get the suspicion, don't I?
No, the guard will go to the most suspicious minion, which is still us.
How much have you got?
9.
Is it? Yeah, I imagine probably is still
Right.
you.
The nemesis go to the current player, but it's not your. That'll be Leopold's.
Right.
But if
okay,
you-
I know what I'm going to do.
Right, what are you going to do?
I'm going to fight the captain.
Oh, quite right too. Quick stab at the captain.
12.
Didn't do it. So he now comes chasing after you,
Yes.
and you gain yourself
Don't
one
make
suspicion.
block cards that'll help.
Don't, guys, calm down.
Yes, let him.
Only
play
count.
No,
this.
I'm just asking if he has any plot
I
cards.
do. Yeah, I
that'll help,
do.
that's all.
I'm not
Maybe
dealing
he
with them.
doesn't
I'm
want
not
to
dealing with
use
them at the
them.
moment.
But
Right.
perhaps the people who are spectating our
9.
game will be reminded that that's an option.
Oh, that's true. 9
case they want to
suspicion.
play.
You
Down.
gain 1 suspicion for taking that.
Oh, bugger this.
You gain 1, please. So how many do you have now?
3, 6, 8.
8. Not enough to be most suspicious minion. You're good. So is that the end of your targeting? It is.
Yeah.
So the inn.
Right.
You can lay low and
Uh-huh.
remove 1 dice worth of suspicion,
Yep.
or you could take one of the
I'm
cards.
taking a card. Stash.
Excellent.
Greed is good.
It
After
is.
Both successfully. After successfully robbing the citizen, take both face-up blue cards.
Yes, very good. Right, so I do believe you're finished there, so we're moving the street down.
Correct.
Excellent. That brings the prince perilously close to chasing after Leopold. And again, if he doesn't take that prince out, assuming it stays in front of him, that would be minus a lot of points at the end. It's 12, I believe, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that could stymie his game if it stays in front of him. Well, there's much muttering amongst the minions. Mutter, mutter,
That's the question is, he's going to come after me. Do I just risk it? It'd be hard. It's very unlikely that I'll get him. Do I try and set myself up so I'm more likely to get him next time? I'm gonna have a go. So I'm gonna have a go at attacking.
I do believe that was the end of the round.
Yes, it was.
Who's the most suspicious minion?
Still us.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'm gonna attempt to attack the prince.
Even though we're not wearing a mitre and a skirt.
Yeah. This is the worst game I've ever had with Dark Teeth. It's so bad.
Very unlikely that this will work, but let's see. No. Couldn't have been worse.
Sigmar is not with
He
you.
really isn't. I got nothing. Nothing that'll help there. So that doesn't work. Then, oh my goodness. I think I might. I'm going to take the top.
Excellent. Discard the other 2, place them over into the discard pile, and find out what new exciting plot cards or possibly dark deeds are revealed.
What do we stay? We have Backstab, +3 strength, played after a roll, and Bait the Trap, the one that lets you steal a nemesis from someone else.
Marvellous. Right. Is that your turn completed?
It was time to take stock, so the prince comes after me.
Oh dear.
All these
Oh dear.
folks
That-
carry on down the street.
It is worth noting that if he does get another another one of the rather nasty nemesis chasing after him, this can be a game loser, even if he's got lots of points working in his direction.
Indeed, and another big one has come out, the bounty hunter.
Oh, and is it sitting approximately 5 turns away from you?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, it might land on you as well.
6 turns away.
Yeah, but someone might take some of the cards
Oh,
out
yeah,
in
that's
between.
true.
Yeah. So you hope that doesn't happen.
Or I hope multiple people take cards off.
Yeah, that could happen too.
What are the plot cards? The 2 plot cards. that
And
have
Bait
come
the
out?
Trap, which lets you steal a nemesis that's chasing someone else, and Backstab, that lets you add +3 after you've made a roll.
Thank you.
So who are you targeting?
We are going to attack the recruit.
The recruit of the many guards still chasing
Oh,
us.
right, of course.
Yes, there's still a 2 chasing us.
Of course
I
you
mean,
do.
we could sneak past them and get a citizen, but I think we'll go for the
Yes.
excellent.
You're
We've
working
done
your
it.
way through all the guards in the city. One by one, you're taking them down.
Yes, thank you.
How much spin?
3 suspicions.
Oh dear. One feels that you are about to be arrested.
They can't arrest us if we kill them.
That's fair.
Right, next, do you think, shall we try and lose the suspicion again? Or shall we take that card that we were thinking of? We might not get another chance to take that.
I think risk it for a biscuit.
And you don't have any loot.
No, we don't.
So you're not
have
going to
any
lose
loot.
anything for being arrested, so it'll
Well,
be fine.
you'd say that, but you'd be wrong.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Especially if it's by Ulricans.
No, because we have to.
So,
Shenanigans.
marvelous. Right, so at the end of the turn, check for arrest.
We're arrested.
How many suspicion do you have?
We have 12.
12 is more than 10. Do you have any guards chasing you?
We've got 1.
So you are arrested, which means that they immediately confiscate all of your loot. You have none.
We have
They are
none.
so disgusted, they just kick you out back into the street again, because that's what you do when you arrest someone. They didn't get their bribe. You lose all of your suspicion, and the guard is put to the discard
Yes,
pile.
and
Most
Gerhardt
suspicious minion goes to Gerhardt.
4.
I believe you have 8, is that right?
He looks very suspicious.
Is it 8? It is
Correct.
8. There you go.
Oh, and before can we now do something else?
And yes,
Still our turn.
your turn's not finished.
Which nemesis do you have when you're
The
chasing?
Merchant Baron.
We would like the Merchant Baron. Choose a nemesis who is chasing another player. That nemesis is now chasing you. We'd like it back.
No, just the one.
Thank you.
That's a begrudging look from Elric there. We're so upset.
Right.
I do
Time
believe
to
it is
advance
time
the
to move the advance the street. We are at the
So
end.
the agitator is
Has
safe.
gone. We're beginning to get towards the end game now. The last 12 cards, somewhere in there. 13. So we've not got it yet. No brute squad. I do believe it is yourself, Elric. Time for some revenge.
Don't want to play anymore. It's a terrible game. I can't see.
What do you
I mean, I have to get past the guard no matter what, but what's the good loot? Are the green ones?
This is probably the best loot that's out here just now. The Assassin's
Dagger.
Blade.
So
Plus
blue.
1 strength, and you can reroll a failed attack.
8. Whoa. Fuck it.
Oh, you could do. Well, yeah, 8.
Right.
Oh.
I'm going to have to sneak past the guard. Dice, please.
Oh, there we go. Pass us love.
So come on in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh! Marvelous.
And then try and rob this poor soul. Another 8.
Which one are you after? Gravedigger.
Gravedigger.
Yeah. Maybe just make sure. Okay.
Did you take your suspicion for your success?
For going
He
past
hasn't
the guard.
attacked yet.
Oh, he was just
No,
sneaking past.
yeah.
I mean,
6.
how much did he need?
8.
Oh, so
Any
close.
cards?
I don't have any cards, but I am going to play something.
What are you going to
I'm
play?
going to pass the book.
Oh.
And I'm going to give... Do I have to declare what Dark Deed it is, or can I just hand it to the player?
You just hand it to the player.
Cool. I'm giving Leopold this.
Oh, everyone's marking Leopold as the current leader.
And
He seems confused. He thinks he can complete the dark deed easily.
it did say defeat. Okay.
Without spoiling it, you're incentivizing me to do what I'm going to do
No,
anyway.
no. But I
I'm
also
going to win
have,
big and lose big.
I had 6 cards in hand, so I was going to have to discard anyway.
Fair.
So I'll go to the tavern and...
What do we have in the tavern at the moment?
Backstab or
And stash.
I'm going to go for the top.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
And coming out, we have Bait the Trap and Dark Deed. Upset the apple carts. Score when you successfully attack the patient, tax collector, or the merchant baron.
Marvellous. So, street has been moved down?
Yeah, I'm not being arrested.
No.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
So move the street down,
So life.
and we move over to Mistress Yume.
The Witch Sniffer.
Oh, the witch sniffer is out. Who would you like to target?
I am not seeing very well today. I will probably. Ooh, that doesn't stack. I have a question.
Yes, of course.
The pocket arbalist
Yes.
says that the strength bonus cannot be stacked with others,
Yes.
but that dagger, other than the bonus, it also has an effect where you can re-roll. Could I still re-roll even though it doesn't?
Strictly by the rules, yes.
Okay, cool.
Because that is it's a very precise, but absolutely.
Cool. In which case, I will try and rob
As mad as that is.
the gravedigger.
Or you strap your assassin's blade to your arbalest and shoot it.
Obviously.
Of course.
Oh no.
But
+2.
+2.
+2.
The arbalest.
However,
Oh.
wild! -3.
Oh,
Tell him to sod off. Can you do it, you make? Can you
But
do
no,
it?
she can just re-roll anyway. It's now failed, so you can re-roll.
no, I don't have
It
that
doesn't
yet.
that's what she's trying to
Oh.
get.
That's what she's aiming for.
But if she
But-
has a card that gives her +3, she'll essentially offset that -3.
Sod off.
Oh!
Very nice. Well done.
I've been saving that because I was the one who picked it up earlier.
Ronaldo is fickle in his favour.
Marvelous. So take the favour under suspicion.
4 suspicion, please.
And take yourself a piece of tasty equipment.
I will take the dagger, please.
Nice piece of loot there. Perfect.
Thank you.
And what's come out is the Master Sword, +3 strength.
Oh, the Master Sword is out.
This one?
A lovely piece of equipment there.
And this one is the Merchant Baron.
So what do we have?
It's either a dark deed or bait the trap.
Or a wild
Or a
card.
wild
And the
card.
Dark Deed is what Alamena White and Birdie are going to want to
And-
score, so...
If you
No,
do
it's not.
take the
These have the
wild
Merchant
cards,
Baron.
we'll be shuffling the deck through. So stuff that's been discarded.
We'll be coming back through again, correct?
So all the sod-offs.
Yes, because that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yes.
the one we
They
want.
will be coming through again.
I will take the top one.
Okay.
Oh no.
So that goes to you.
Away they go.
These go away.
And we're about to shuffle.
This
Give it
one
to me
comes
and I'll
out
shuffle.
first. And then, which is a pass the buck. And then these ones all get shuffled.
Move the street down while the shuffling's going on.
Can we get a close-up of Lindsay shuffling? Just to be sure no shenanigans, Aaron.
Kath will be
The
the
patience.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally impartial.
I'm wearing my hat of seriousness. Continue.
That was the worst riffle I've ever
I
seen.
know. I didn't want to hurt the cards too much. Mark might be watching.
This is the kind of half-assed bad actions that are losing you the game.
Oh my god.
If you're going to riffle.
Wow, we get some trash talk about as well.
Everybody hates
You may don't play no
Why
games.
did you take several plot cards out of that and just put it into your hand?
Should you have 8 pot cards in your hands?
And the extra one that's come
I
out.
hate
So
all
we have a
of
pass the buck and...
Sod off! And I
Who
do
else
believe it
for
is
you?
your turn, sir.
Yeah.
And that would be a very useful potential card to take.
Correct. Right. Okay. Fine. Here we go. Let's. Yep. Let's have this. Oh, I need to get past the captain first, don't I? Here. Yes, because he's in my area.
If you're wanting to attack someone in the street, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
If you decided you wanted to attack the sheriff, you wouldn't need to. Is that right? Or would you still need to?
Wait,
Would,
what?
Would he need to sneak past the captain to attack the sheriff if they're both following him?
Yes, I think you
Yes,
need to deal
yes.
with cards
Yes, you need to
first.
guards first.
Fucking better.
Could you pull the bad side down slightly by about a centimetre?
What,
The
sorry?
side that's closest to you. Just pull it towards you. About a centimetre or so? That'll do.
I've already moved 2 centimeters, but okay.
It'll take a while to
Okay.
update. Just trying to straighten out a little bit.
So I'll sneak past the captain. Here we go. Easy. Yep. Lovely.
It says 12.
I did not do that. Right. What happens if I don't do that?
Will you move on to
Yeah.
going
I
to the tavern?
Just fuck that
Yep,
right up.
you're done.
Visit the tavern.
Do I get any suspicion or anything?
No.
You get dick. Not literally, of course.
Unfortunately,
you
sir.
visit the
So,
tavern.
Unless you would like.
visit the tavern.
Maybe that's why I go to the
Sure.
tavern. I'll have the old sod off.
And what comes out is he did it.
Right. Shit.
No
Are you?
arrests. Hold
Yeah.
on. Street.
Move the
Oh.
seat down then.
Straight down. So does he?
He goes off. And which one is it? It's not
Goes
Nemesis,
back.
so he just
And
goes
that's
off this
Silver.
guy. And are we at our brute squad yet? Let's find out.
Let's hope not.
No, City Watch.
City Watch arrived.
And I don't get arrested because I've got 10 suspicion.
Correct. So it is the father who has several choices to make now.
Does indeed.
He's looking to stack up the equipment a bit further to make attacking that prince more likely, I presume.
Or do I just
Lash out wildly at everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I think that is a very good idea, father.
just don't know.
Stymied by choice.
Just don't know what to do. I think I am just going to attack him. Again.
All right. So do you have any bonuses?
I've got +2.
+2, so 10 or more.
10 or more. Come
10 or
on.
more. Oh!
Yes!
Oh!
Oh,
Die! I knew that was going to happen. And I ain't got no son-offs. Oh, well played.
Well played, Elric.
Yeah, good job.
Great roll. Great roll.
Curse you, but well played.
Oh, you give me a card to make me do what I want to do. Oh, I get games.
Yeah, you do. Right, lovely. Well,
Oh, man.
I guess that's that. I will visit the tavern, at which point, of course, I'm going to take He Did It. And of course, I'm going to immediately play He Did It, and I'm going to give the prince to Elric.
Excellent.
Elric's happy.
Good turnaround there, Father.
And out comes another mine.
Have we moved the street down?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, and you're not quite finished?
No,
He's
not
not
quite finished.
finished.
I'm gonna also, since I think I'm not going to win now, so it's down to just messing other people up. So I'm also going
That's
to
the fun of it.
mine, and I'm also going to steal this as well. It's of no use to me at all. But I'm going to have it.
No, you said the best loot of the game.
I
Yeah,
can only
but
take
it
it
was
from
only
the
this
from
most
the
most suspicious minion.
So I could have saved it, but it was not till my
Yeah.
next turn.
Yeah.
I figured that was too far. So. Oh, you could tell me it's on off quite right too, my lord.
Oh, did you?
You're supposed to say.
Sod off.
Do it, do it.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Very good.
Louder, my lord.
He doesn't
No,
need
he
to say
I couldn't hear him. My hearing is legendarily bad.
Right,
Oh my
I do
God.
believe it is.
You want
Have
us
we
to
moved the street down?
No.
Yes. Don't move the street down.
Excellent. No resting there, and I do believe it's your turn to target someone. Unless, do we have the root squad?
No, another city watch.
Oh, another city watch. The watch are stacking up. Clearly, the riot's about to begin.
So shall we go for the merchant baron?
Yes, I think so.
Or is there anything we can...
Bounty hunter. Night raider.
What are the green loots that are out?
Sack of silver, sack of gold.
And what are they?
So silver, discard this loot to automatically sneak past one guard. You may remove that guard from play.
Right.
Sack of gold, discard this loot to automatically sneak past all
We could
guards
have done with that earlier.
this turn.
Shall we go for this? Shall we?
Yes.
We're going to attack the nemesis that's currently following us. The merchant baron.
And what is his number?
6.
It is 7.
And we rolled 10.
And we rolled 10.
You have taken it out. Add that to your favour pile.
We get
And you
7 suspicion.
7 suspicion.
We would also like to play our first dark deed.
Woo!
We have
First
been
dark
trying
deed!
to
Well done!
For quite some time. And we will score when we successfully attack the alewife, the prince, or the merchant baron.
Finally
In
got that
your
done.
fucking faces. Like, what
Are you now going over to the tavern?
Yes.
We're going to
Birdie knows what we're taking. She decided.
Oh, marvellous. Take that. What's next cards?
The next card is He Did It.
He did it.
Uh-oh. I can smell what's coming.
I wonder what is going to occur.
No, I might want the prince.
Hey,
You
you're
might,
right.
to be fair, you
We're
might.
about to
I
find out.
don't
I think.
understand this game.
That being the case,
It's good, right?
Have
Oh, yeah, it's
we
great.
moved the
It's
street
the
down?
best.
No.
So, do we have a nemesis at the end?
do.
Nemesis chases after them.
Do you get one, don't you?
10, yeah, you're right, 10. It's a nasty one. And what do we have now?
The courtesan.
Oh, the courtesan coming at the end of the run there. A couple of guards keeping her safe. And I do believe it is you, sir. Who would you like to target?
I'm going to have to sneak past the guard, and then I'm going to target.
Well, sneak past the... Well, yes, who are you going to target?
Yeah. I can't read anything. What's the 6 nemesis?
The patient.
The patient.
Patient. Right, I'll go for that. Dice,
Perfect.
please.
Pass it along.
So I've
So
got
what's the perception of your guard?
8.
8. Oh, dear. That is a stymieingly high perception.
It's fine. It's not fine.
It's not fine. Have you any cards to play?
No.
Then sadly the guard's like, oh, no, you can't be doing that.
And I get no suspicion.
No,
They're just like
quite.
silly idiot.
Good, yeah, exactly.
To the tavern. I don't want mine. I had this one.
Yeah, I thought you might.
So, what have you... it doesn't
comes
matter.
out is-
He did it.
Wait,
And are you going to use it?
Smell.
Why don't you have a guard, Father?
Oh, the guards.
You know?
Told you.
Interesting.
Ah!
Interesting. Is he playing a long game?
I mean, he's certainly playing a game.
I just don't know what you're up to.
I'm loving
In
this.
your head.
You are. You're living there, right? Free.
Interesting.
No arrest. Move along.
Move along, move along.
Move the street. Yeah.
Yep, move the street down. Oh, we must be getting very close to the end now. Not many cards left in the street. Do we have?
The stable hand.
It's the stable hand. We're not near the end game yet. Mistress Yume, who would you like to target?
I will. There's so many guards. But I could use the art list, so...
Yes, you could. Just take a sneaky shot at someone you wish to attack. You could attack the courtesan, for example.
Not much difference to me, though, unfortunately.
Well, it's the extra favour for your score pile, and the nemesis are worth more favour than most other characters.
But the witch sniffer would chase me regardless.
Correct, so it might be worth
So-
just taking it out.
Yes, I will.
Very wise move, very wise. What's the number you're chasing? 8. And do you have a bonus? +2?
I have +2.
Excellent. Go for it. 6 or more.
Wait.
8.
Oh, get in a single die. So add that to your score pile and take
How much?
the suspicion.
8
8 suspicion. I do believe she's just become most suspicious minion. Everybody in Aldorf has turned their eyes round to that direction.
They did
Sorry,
see,
Ralph.
right?
They did see you, right?
Then I will take bait the trap. Because I would like the sheriff, please.
Interesting. And the
Oh.
new plot card that's come out is another. He did it.
What does that one do?
He did it is the one where you can
Box
take
of the
the
guard
guard
or
who's
nemesis.
chasing you to follow someone else.
Excellent. Have you gone to the tavern?
I have. That's where I got the bait
Excellent.
the trap.
Have we moved the street down?
Well, check.
You're no arrest.
Well,
arrest.
I'm not being
Arrest.
chased, so I have
You,
not
no
been
guards
arrested.
chasing you, so you're not arrested yet.
So lucky.
Unlike the entire...
The Brute
Watch.
Squad!
Oh! So we understand. We no longer draw any more cards from the street deck. This one will just go down and down, and when it goes off the street, the game is over. That is it. We are done. There is no more. And then we will be pointing up to see who has got the most favour and who is the winner.
Does the brute fill spaces or does it just always move one?
It fills up spaces as it goes as well. It's quite possible someone targets out the street and go very quickly.
Before we finish up,
Mhm.
because it's still my turn,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I would like
Panic.
to use my caltrops
Yes,
to discard the pot.
excellent.
Nice. So yeah, I'll go and discard it.
End game actions are coming into place. Get rid of that fast! I'm not going to have another turn! Oh dear! Right, sir, this is probably your last turn, so
Yeah.
whatever you do, it must count.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, you're supernumerate.
Okay. I hate you. Right, sneak past the captain. Yeah, okay, sneak past the captain. Here we go. 8, 6, 5, yes! 8.
No.
Oh, okay, I should have fucking jammed him.
Yeah, say your target first.
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah.
Oh, apologies. This guy.
This guy, marvellous. You're now attacking him.
Yes.
Do you have any bonus on it?
+1.
+1, what do you need to then hit?
5.
5. Oh dear, very good.
Done.
Excellent!
Okay.
So add that to your score pile. Make sure you take your suspicion.
Much suspicion?
6 suspicion, please.
Suspicion.
6. How many do you have now?
Lots.
But is it more than...
It's got 14.
14.
How many do you have?
Oh, move your hand.
Oh, wait. No, the same.
The
So,
same.
14,
okay.
so it stays
Oh,
with Mr. Hume.
So that's good. Done the thing.
Tavern?
He did it. No.
You can get rid of your guard if you.
You
did
shush
it.
your mouth, sunshine.
What
Right.
Oh, so what's coming out is
do we have?
Dark Deed upset the apple cart.
Mm.
Score when you successfully attack the patient, tax collector, or merchant baron. He's just got rid of the
Yeah.
patient, so unless... No, I think they've all gone.
Yeah.
And stash.
Keep stuff when you
Keep stuff.
Right. Check for arrest. I think I get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Lovely.
You do so, you remove all equipment.
Unless
You
you
then
have a
remove-
stash.
I've got
all-
a stash. That's
Nice.
mine.
Excellent. Then you can
That's
keep one.
there.
Stash.
Excellent. You then remove all of your suspicion.
Yep.
And then all guards that are chasing you are discarded.
Lovely stuff. Oh, excellent. Do that. Then I would like to score my dark deed, which is infiltrate the keep. Score when you're arrested.
Well done.
Nice.
It's like you've done a trap within a trap.
Yeah,
You've
it
got
is.
captured in order to score a trap.
Don't encourage.
Do you know what we need now?
Is that the end of the round?
Almost. I'm going to play mine. Steal a loot card for the most suspicious minion. Could I have your owl blast, please? Or whatever.
Arbalest.
Whatever it is, that's good.
Interesting.
I mean, he's not getting another turn. Does it matter?
Well,
The assassin's way is better, but yeah. But
There
you're
you go.
right, it's probably not going to matter. That you?
Why do you think that's better? Because of the reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reroll's huge. Advance street?
Correct.
You are the loot squad.
I do believe it is you, Father.
Marvellous.
You're making a desperate last bid to get rid of this prince.
I've got
Oh no, you've got the
yeah.
prince now.
I've got a guard.
Kind of regret my actions.
I would, because I ignore the guard because my pocket arbalest.
Yes, so who are you going to target?
I'm going to target the courtesan.
Courtesan, taking a shot at her.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, it's marvellous.
lovely. So I take
Add that
her.
to your score pile and take
Eight
the suspicion.
Eight
Dead
suspicion.
Can you get arrested now? Unless you do so.
No, I don't think so.
How many
So
suspicions
I'm
has he got?
on
11.
Yeah.
11, yes, he will get arrested if he has a guard.
So she gets scored. I will also
Unless he does
score
something.
a dark deeds.
Oh, that's a big
A
one.
love triangle. Score you successfully attack the prince, the courtesan, or the pontiff.
Uh-oh.
Lovely.
Looking good for the father there.
Now, what shall I do up here? I think what I shall do up here is I shall take this top plot card. And I may as well want to see what comes out. So we have greed is goods and take them out. And I think I will play, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but just in case, I may as well, because I'm probably not going to get another turn, play Gift to the Gab, roll 2d6. 7, if that is less than the number of suspicion you've got, reduce your suspicion by that much.
Nice.
It does matter because if there's a draw at the end of the game, the minion with the lowest suspicion will be the winner.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm very glad I did that. That goes there. And then time
Check
to advance.
for-
Check for arrest.
Yep.
I'm not being arrested.
Advance the street.
Advance the
So
street.
that guard goes to.
Goes to Mistress Yumi.
They're stacking up over that.
Your turn to be chosen.
Oh,
And I do believe that it is you.
Shall we attack that guard?
I think so.
Here we go.
About him.
Do you have any bonuses or is it just straight as 6 and I think it's a 7?
Oh,
Seven.
damn it, we failed.
That's a shame.
so you sound insincere. Does he come in?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they take 1 suspicion mark.
You take one suspicion mark.
Right, so
Are you doing anything else?
Stuff.
we'll pass the buck.
And what do you do? Passing?
We're giving one of our dark deeds to another player.
Oh, is it the player who's clearly in the lead?
I'm not sure who that is.
Sounds like
Well, unless Elric knows exactly what he's doing. Like, now I'm not convinced. For a couple of turns, he had me convinced he did, but now
Oh no!
I think
Wait! He's not going to get another turn.
He's not going to get another turn. So whatever you give
So
him is
then-
how many points he loses.
and he
Yeah.
can't do it.
He
So
can't
we
do
should give him the one that loses him more
He
points.
should give
Absolutely.
That is the smart thing. That is the
That's
smart thing, you know.
You are beginning to get it,
Nice.
Mr. Salamanawai.
Better late than never. I speak of myself,
and
not.
then we
Go to
also
the inn?
What is in the inn?
Because if there's no good cards, then you can lose suspicion. If there are good cards, then take one and potentially use it.
Greed is good, and I take him out.
I think we need to take that one on the off chance.
Which one?
The top
the
one.
the black, the lucky, the wild card.
Yes. We could have done that.
And what's come out is a bait the trap. And greed is good.
And I do believe that the street moves down one more, and we have our last turn of the game, where Elric,
Do
I thought
do
it was it's minus the last turn.
Yeah.
well, that moves off the brute squad would have moved off.
The
Yes,
game
you're right.
ends when the brute squad leaves the last slot.
Yes, you're right. It won't be. You're absolutely right. Won't be. You'll get one turn. I apologise. I am quite distant from the board. I missed it.
1, point.
Yeah.
Yes. But you could get stuff, and the stuff might be helpful. I don't know.
It's not an exceedingly exciting turn, but you're as well to get any point you can.
I'm going to have to try and go for the prince.
Yeah.
There's no...
Absolutely. I mean, you might. You've got a 1 in 36 chance, sir, of succeeding.
Yeah, good odds. Good odds. Really good odds.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Yes.
foolproof.
12.
Come on!
Unless someone and we've got the bounty hunter if
What did you
anyone
roll?
needs them for a dark
8.
deed.
I like there's no... I had a backstab, so it's 1 off.
Oh.
And then someone's
Hey,
got a
Elric.
foil.
You can do a reroll if you wish.
Oh, yeah.
We never got one.
I know.
For
That's
all
'cause
my
we're really
fortune.
No, you can
I
do a
don't see
reroll
them.
if you start the second half on 0 wounds.
What? So I can just sit for the second half and say nothing.
Well, no, you'll be fine. You can be healed. You'll be in a good place.
That'll take me no time.
But an event will
Okay,
occur
okay,
that reduces
hold
your
on.
wounds to 0.
Hold on.
You say he'll be in a good place, but we don't know what's going to happen.
Correct.
It might be a bad place.
All that happens in terms of the game effect is you'll be at 0 wounds. So
0 wounds.
0 wounds.
Not taking a critical.
Not taking a critical.
So-
0.
And you've got Doctor, my lord, Gerhard, sir, on
He
our
is.
side.
My lord.
It's still a very tough roll.
It is.
It is.
This-
But you know what?
Hey! In for a
But then
Finnig,
we know
in
you've
for a
got backstab, You
crown.
only need, what, 9 plus?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Well,
more...
someone's got a foil, and
It
you're going to
might not.
totally screw me over.
Wait, you know that I don't.
Don't look at me yet.
I mean,
The smug grin.
strictly speaking, backstab doesn't say that you have to have rolled. Play after rolling to attack a guard or a nemesis.
No, you play
Add
after
plus
rolling.
3 strength.
Play after you roll.
No, play after rolling. He's rolling.
Yeah, no, it's after you roll.
No, he's rolling.
Come
Play after
on.
rolling.
Oh,
No.
It's even worse.
Classic. It's a classic.
Oh,
We're going to go back and the tent's going to be on fire.
So, visit the tavern.
Is it a tavern?
uh,
I mean, you might if you take the blind plot card, it might be something useful.
yeah, give me
I
blind.
can't think of anything
No
useful.
Giving
offense, Father.
away a dark deed. That
Something
could be
to
useful.
piss off.
Yeah,
No.
that's a fair point.
Excellent. Then, now,
Or get rid
unlike
of
last time,
nemesis.
if the street moves down, we are on the very last turn of the game.
Just checking my score.
Are you in positive? No.
Let's hope I'm representing the bad guys.
I think quietly these two have done quite well.
Right. So I'm going to have to roll really well to do this, but I'm going to have to sneak past the guard to get to my sheriff.
Right?
Correct?
Mhm.
Yes. because
Correct.
You took
So,
my armless.
The perception is?
Their perception is 6.
6.
So
The
6 or
smaller
higher.
one, right? 6 or higher.
6 or higher.
Ooh,
6.
yeah.
You just sneak by. The guard is sitting there.
Unless anyone has a foiled card they want to play.
That would be really rude.
It would be hilarious.
Yeah.
This is the last turn of the game.
I was pretending I don't have one.
Right, so
Oh, you don't have one.
No.
Okay.
then you're attacking whom?
The sheriff, who is at 9, but I have a +1 strength.
So 8 or higher.
And a reroll.
And a reroll.
And a reroll.
Let's hope she's playing the good guys.
Yeah.
That's all I can see.
Okay,
Reroll.
well, reroll that one.
Oh!
Wait.
No, she
No.
needs to roll.
Oh, you need to roll
Yeah.
it.
And remember,
Roll it.
if you wish, you can use up all of your fortune points to do a reroll. And you could just reroll that 1 if you wish. Keep
For
your 6.
still all of my fortune.
All your fortune points used up
It's
for the rest of the
10 past
session.
9, I mean.
I mean, it's not like anything's going to blow up.
Yeah, I'm.
You reroll it right now.
I don't know if I'm a good guy or not.
That's
I will play my smug bomb because I do know.
I'm getting good vibes.
Well, you got the chance to roll fortune points, so I would guess you're either good the PCs, good guys, because we have fortune points, or the purple hand.
But that's what he wants you to think.
No, it's like 50-50.
Re-rolling. Last time of the game.
go
Last dying minutes.
You may try to win. Try to win. Try
That's
to
the
win.
purpose of the game, is try to win.
You might
Just
die.
re-roll the one,
50
not the 6.
XP.
Oh yeah,
What
you can just
an
roll
88?
one of the dice. You don't need to roll
No,
both.
I'm going to not reroll.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Is it worth mentioning at this point that we all chose before the start of this game to make our short-term ambition
To win the
to
game.
dark deeds?
Mhm.
Because I wasn't allowed to choose lose dark deeds. In my head, that's what I was aiming for.
I get arrested. I
Lose all of your suspicion. Lose any guards pursuing you.
Which this goes to somebody, I don't know.
Most suspicious minion is them again.
And I lose my loot.
All right. Are we prepared to finish the game?
Do you lose your
Do I
nemesis?
lose my nemesis when I get
No,
arrested?
you do not. I am sorry to say that is going to very much haunt you, almost certainly ending any chances of even coming potentially second.
I would just like to
Which,
say...
out of character, oh dear, wrong choice. Right, on that, let's add up our points.
Oh,
So,
no.
everybody, all players reveal their hands.
Hands.
Yep, their
Oh
hands.
yeah, I lose even more
Can I
points.
just
Because
say-
you've got dark deeds in
That's right at the start.
You're gonna lose
Just,
more.
like,
Oh.
really-
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
funny.
him targeting us at the start just like meant
That's-
that there's
that's
no
what
way we
happens.
could
Wait,
do anything.
just wait until I tell you what my
I
hand.
hope we're the bad guys.
It
No.
makes sense
No,
to
no.
the
No,
other
no,
person
it
you
did-
gotta play.
it-
Now, flip over your score deck and add all of those points up.
Wait, what?
You score.
So these are negative.
They're going to be, but
So-
we'll do that in a moment.
I've scored 9 points.
Oh, that's not too bad with your favour, but you're about to get a lot of negatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you scored 9.
This is important. I need to know the numbers. Alright, Yumi, Gerhardt, Leopold, and Birdie plus that. So how many points did you get?
24.
24?
24.
24.
Ooh. Tie. Pinky
32.
tie.
32.
This is before we take off.
Yes, before
Take
the
off.
negatives.
23.
23. Now you take off the favour for all your dark deeds you did not complete and any nemesis chasing
Or
you.
not the guards chasing us.
Nope, no guards.
Oh, we're in positive points.
So take 16 off of me.
That's 16. That's actually quite a lot.
Negative 15 points.
Negative 50.
So that's my score, is negative 15.
Oh, that's your total. So
Yeah.
how many taken off? I need the number.
What did I score now? 24 coming off. No one explained the game to me. You said it was like
We
golf.
all explained it.
Play it back.
I also explained the game to you before we started.
So that was really annoying. Is I had
Everyone
cards
else's
that were
minuses.
benefiting me to have nemesis and guards, but everyone
Lost
kept
nothing.
stealing them.
Nothing.
So I could
You
never
may-
score them.
And negative 60. Like the take off 60.
Minus 16 and
Minus 17.
17. Okay, so minus 15 in total for Elric.
What did you get minus?
That's nothing.
Okay, indeed.
Oh.
Indeed.
Well done.
He said,
I told you he was
He
right.
was 24.
17 for
Oh,
Yume.
nobody told me this game before. Same.
17 for Yume. 24 for Gerhardt. Minus 16 over there. That's 22. All the way down to 16.
Yeah, it was 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 for Leopold.
It's girl.
We're at 7.
And you're at 7. So, our
I am
points.
second.
Yeah, you came second in there.
Well
Not so bad.
You're the best loser. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You need to own
No,
it.
but he said I
what
should have re-rolled.
does
to get
this-
You
second.
could have won.
all mean?
Who won?
We were all playing different factions.
Tell us, Andy, tell us.
And we're going to start at the
Please.
very bottom.
Probably will be right.
Elric.
Who
Or
was
fucking
Elric
over the
players?
Taliban. That's not too bad either.
How have you done for? They blew up!
Yes!
It's the Steven!
Yes!
Result.
Result!
Vindication.
Well done.
Next is 7 points
That's us.
for Birdie and Alamenowife, who are on Team Ostlander.
Oh,
Sorry, Ostlander.
It's not so bad.
Could be worse.
Could have blown up.
I think we get an idea of what's going to be happening in the camp. We then move to, just Leopold,
Captain Bang average.
third, right in the middle, who is playing the Purple Hand.
Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good. good.
And then
Oh no,
we
you're going
go
to be Talabine.
And
To-
you're going into the place they're attacking.
Rune,
Wait.
Talabot
Oh,
clan.
okay.
Oh.
It's Jaegers.
So,
Or, no, it's Midlands.
who
But Nordland.
were you
Isn't
playing?
it? Aren't they the rep-
We'll
No.
find out after the break.
Oh!
Boom, boom.
Hi, I'm Andy. You've just been watching me playing LAWhammer. Hopefully you're enjoying what we're doing, and you might want to go check out our Patreon, where you can see all of the special rules that Andy Law has written for this, as well as all the maps, the careers, and everything that he's done. You may even want to fling a little money our way, which we can spend on lights, cameras, mics, or we can just blow it all on hats. You may want to visit our friendly Discord community as well, where people chat about the episodes and come up with their various theories and conspiracies and so on. So any support you can give us, that'd be great. But whatever you do, like, subscribe, and smash the bell for notifications.
High in the crags that surround Brass Keep, a squad, not simply a cult or a warband, but a squad of cultists, look down towards the main rise of the tower and the camps to either side. On one side, the Ostlanders, and on the other, Talbotlanders. One has a telescope. It's nighttime, but it doesn't matter. All three of the eyes on that side of its head can see in the dark. To the side, his captain says, "Well, what can you say?" Turns round and replies, "Look like it works, sir." That's right. Says, "Yep." They fell for it. And he goes, "All right. Sound the war horns then. Sound the war horns." To his side, a woman who has 5 breasts tucked in at the side of her body twists them round and beam, 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 they light up.
The alewife.
That alewife. The
Gondor calls for aid.
Oh no, we've broken the goblin.
The goblin's corpsing. The squad don't respond to this at all. They've been training for this moment and moments like it for years. Far, far to the south. Another looks up, turns round, and then barks in Dark Tongue. Definitely says something. The message spreads quickly between the various members of the war herd that's lying in wait. Beastmen. Beastmen. Meanwhile, back with the captain. He says, "Make sure we get them this time. It is important that we kill that fucker." The woman pop, 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 as her breast go dark. And says,
Stealth breasts.
and says, "Can you show me the picture again?" And they pull out the wanted sketch for Gerhard of House Jungfreud. This is where we take a pause and we go,
Pause.
at the very bottom, the Skaven.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Dad.
The Skaven had been making an attempt to undermine this place for some time.
They're at the wrong keep.
It collapsed. It actually collapsed. It went very badly for them, and they are currently as far away from being underneath this keep as they could be.
Yes.
Shame.
As long as the stuff we want is here.
The Ostlanders. The Ostlanders have indeed collapsed into infighting. It's not so much swords drawn, axes bared, but it is definitely the general is no longer in command of his own forces. And they have split.
Mm.
And the Sigmarites are vastly outnumbered. And Raukov is currently basically politicking not to be arrested by his own men. Luther Huss, the slimy duplicate that he is, has already slipped out of the tent and slithered off.
That's your mate. You gotta,
What? No.
you gotta listen to him.
It's a slimy duplicate of my mate.
Inside Brass Keep, they have absolutely no awareness of what's about to come. They do indeed have certain artifacts of extreme importance to Middenheim. And they are aware of the large forces encamped to both sides. And they think that they are the ones responsible for the breakup of the Ostlander camp. They are not. At all. But they are. I mean, they ordered it. It just so happens to be the people that they ordered don't actually work for them. They just, as in the Purple Hand, just think that they're cultists because they have been infiltrated. Welcome to Zinch, boys.
Looks like Scene's back on the menu.
Commander Bernhardt has dealt with chaos before, has dealt with beastmen before, has dealt with mutants before, and has dealt with impossible things. He has been across the old world. He has taken down castles of legend, supposed places that are impregnable. He was hired for a reason. He has been quietly preparing. He admittedly has a mad witch with him. But she was chosen specifically because she was a mad witch. Exactly the type that no one is going to be taking into a secret cult because it would be the worst cultist ever. I mean, really, the worst cultist ever. Not fitting in the slightest. No, she's the only witch he would accept. All the other ones he didn't trust. He is witch-free, mutant-free, and cultist-free. He's done a good job. Indeed, he's even taken some of his old men back. People who had all retired have come back for this particular job because it pays. And with the removal of the Jungfreuds Jaegers, they have been making their plan. As they already said, they're going to attack. The end of the next day. That is their plan. They have no idea. And they're good to go. But our last group.
You've done it again, Ed.
I
Our
believe you, Ed. I
last
believe in you.
group.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
Our last group. Who are gathering in force?
It's probably not so good.
It's
In the
probably not
south?
opposite.
In the south, there are some 7,000 beastmen.
Oh. And
Supported
it's not them. Protect Lucas.
supported by an actual army of mutants. Not a number of them that might have banded together, an actual army who are here for you, specifically. Kinda. Maybe for him. But not for you. who are here for their own reasons. Siege. Cultists of the Red Crown.
I said it. We said it here as well.
Yes.
Oh, fucking Atelka
You
hurts
proved me, and I was right.
And
Never listen to me.
as you are happily napping inside the encampment, they make their attack on the keep, and they do not go overland. They go under into the very tunnels that the Skaven had intended to use.
Told you.
That they collapsed on them because the Red Crown are organised in a way, in a military way, that no one expected. There are indeed, as Leopold wakes up with a ping and a sudden awareness, and the loosest of awarenesses, sadly. No breakdown of forces and troops and everything else, just an awareness that all levels of society have mutants. And the death sentence that his cult has laid upon them has meant that soldiers, by their hundreds, of all ranks,
They'll be more likely to mutate because they'll be on the front lines against.
and they know what's coming to them. And there is a militaristic route out. And it's a not great awareness to wake up to at approximately at some point in the morning, as his whole body shudders and he gets a feeling like his eyes have been opened. But his eyes clearly aren't opening. His eyes were burnt out months ago. A bit of blood there. It's sore. But military. I mean, it's an obvious conclusion. It's not like he couldn't have come to this conclusion. It's just he hadn't really thought about it. Hadn't really sat down and gone, hey, one of our enemies could be a ton of mutants that had already had military training that then train all the ones we've kicked out. The cult of Sigmar has made this. This is problematic. Now, that's obviously not what it intended to do. It was trying to stop this. This is the exact thing it was trying to stop. But over time, no. The opposite has kind of occurred because of their draconian rules. He almost finds himself feeling oddly sympathetic to, again, the imperial ruling. Mutants should be legal. The end of the world will come if they are not. An argument that he's had multiple times and often felt he was on the winning side. Nah, all humans aren't mutants. Stupid Alemanowitz. And now...
No, he's since we had the Magnus flashback,
Yeah,
he's
indeed.
100% on Team Mutants.
And now it just all feels like it slots together. But he doesn't realise that this is coming about, this feeling, this sensation running through him is coming about because right now, in the tunnels down below, not only are the mutant wing of the Red Crown, well done, Gerhard, making their assault into the tunnels, but the Beastman component also. Because the thing that he doesn't know is that they haven't just been training the mutants. They've been militarizing the Beastmen. And he feels dread. Is it the horrible brass keep that's over there? Is it something else? Is it the disquiet that's still in the camp? He can feel it, almost the bickering still going on in certain quarters where they're not sleeping, the guards that are still awake, debating amongst themselves, the fact that Raukov's encampment is basically surrounded, besieged by his own men. He no longer is in command. He's no longer in command. And Gerhard is the one who wakes up. Possibly first. In fact, I'm going to do a roll on this one. I would like from yourself an intuition test, please, Gerhard. An intuition test from Elric. An intuition test from yourself. And an intuition test from yourself.
Elric's unconscious due to 0 wounds.
Oh, no, he's not unconscious. Yeah, he's fine. We haven't got to that point yet.
Oh.
4 successes.
Is he chill?
No, not in this place. No one. Just assume that you always don't have advantage unless you've got something that actually gives it to
I'm
you.
gonna use
Because
it.
this place sucks.
I fumbled.
Oh.
You got a fortune point.
I've got fortune points.
Yeah, good time to re-roll it.
4 successes.
Oh, good.
Am I on holy ground?
No.
Okay. In which case, just 6 successes.
Oh, just 6. Nice.
5.
And 5 there too. Good.
5 because I've got a boon on
What
it.
a party, eh? They're all great, except for the fumble.
Never happened.
Fumble.
exactly.
What happened?
Yeah.
So who
Witch-
was
the witch just warped reality?
the
so it didn't
highest
happen.
was 6.
Mhm.
So Yumi's going to wake up first. As her eyes flicker open and everything feels wrong. Now, she already had been feeling wrong. She had already been feeling uncomfortable. She wasn't even happy with camping out here that much. It was not the best thing to be doing, but you got to try and get as much sleep as you could. It was actually quite a fun game last night. You almost won, it was so close. Games butlering is quite fun, apparently, for good old Lucas. As your eyes flicker open and something just feels wrong, something's gone wrong, and you don't quite get it. You can almost hear your dad saying something along the lines of, "You'll get it, you'll figure it out." And that's the worst part of it. Because something feels wrong, and you know this is exactly the sort of thing that your dad should have trained you in. You know it with such a fundamental, gut-lurching, oh, this is it. This is the moment. I have no idea what to do. But you do understand some relatively basic truths. Something is deeply out of balance. No, because balance is more this. It's that way. Something is wrong. And it wasn't wrong when you went to sleep. Something is wrong. And you're awake as you've ever been. You don't feel tired. Adrenaline has zipped through your system. You are alive.
Good.
Unfortunately, you have no idea what any of this means.
No.
And just as you're sucking the air in,
Mm-hmm.
all the magic that Gerhardt has no idea how he's supposed to control lashes out from him.
Great.
Fortunately, it goes to the strongest magical spot in the local vicinity, and it tears through Elric.
Identify.
A swirling spiral of the winds of magic rise up,
No fault of mine.
rise up, twist, spiral as he is floating about an inch above his bed. If it wasn't for the fact that his blankets burst into flame, it would have been missed. No one would have spotted it. But when he has not got a mind to control himself, sometimes bad things happen. His cot is destroyed. His clothes are mostly destroyed.
Oh.
It bursts forth in a spiral of colour, flame, electricity, smoke, and horror. The screaming faces move through it and twist, and one looks, finds, and goes for Elric. Elric wakes up just before it hits him. It's enough. It's enough. It gives him time to do yourself a channeling test, please.
Oh, I'm good at this. 6 successes.
And he pulls in.
Oh, 9 successes. Sorry. 8
Nice.
humans.
Pulls in all of the actually he can from the surrounding area. The candles in
10
the next set of
successes.
tents where they're all sitting out go out. The fire outside goes out as he pulls and he throws it up like a shield. It saves his life. It saves his life as he gets battered, bludgeoned, knocked down, and rolls some 40 feet. Bounce, 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 tumble. Pushes the actually behind him to try and cushion it. Boom, and it falls and then lands 4 feet down from a small cliff.
Oh.
Thud, which hurts more, oddly, than most of the tumbling, because that was all filled with adrenaline, filled with magic, filled with action, and then suddenly, thud, ow! Do yourself a willpower, cool, test.
0 successes.
Yeah, he screams, that hurt like a fucker. And you know what caused it. You're as certain as anything you'd be certain of. He's dangerous. And this place has probably made it worse. If he was somewhere there wasn't such a rise of the winds of magic, it probably wouldn't be as bad. But here, it absolutely is. He either needs to be away from here, or he needs some way of dampening down. He needs something. You, however, barring the unfortunate bedclothes incident, you're fine.
Is he awake?
Nope.
Okay.
Until at this point, you think something's gone wrong. You feel a little bit like, and I apologise for the sort of metaphorical feeling, but you feel a bit like you've pissed yourself. As you wake up and you feel a bit, whoa. And it's just like when you were back in Middenheim.
Is it still doing it?
Okay, no, it stopped. And you've woken up in a mess. Just like when you were in Middenheim.
Oh, God.
Except there are two of us trying to put the fire
But
in.
before you get to responding, Alamenowith wasn't asleep. She had bounded up towards the edge of the cliff to watch out, quite convinced that something was going to go wrong.
Yes.
And she'd been lurking around in the side of the crags, and she caught the light shifting far, almost a mile away, and looked. It was reflected light only. She couldn't see the source. It was clearly hidden from her in the direction of the Talabeclander camp. Enough for her to go, I wonder what that is. And then shift, and then behind, she can feel a sudden rising of magic. Looks like the Jungfreuds Jaegers tent is on fire. And, there's Elric over there. As you immediately, oh no, and you take your first steps, and you can sense it off to the left. Far to the left. That's in the same direction as the Talabeclander camp. Magic.
But they've only got
one witch, and that's quite some distance away. I mean, it took a long time for you to hike across all those crags to get to this camp. Magic, and quite a lot of it. You know that the Talabeclanders, though, are intending to attack the next day. So maybe they're doing some sort of preparation. You're not sure what it is. That's where you are. Hey, Birdie.
I'll run to Elric.
Perception test.
Because he
Right,
might
you
be
can
dead.
go. Heading off towards
I've
Elric.
already started running towards Elric
Sounds
because he
good.
seems naked but fine.
He's got some rags. Burnt, charred rags. Smoking.
Artfully arranged.
One success.
In all the wrong ways, sadly, because, hey, we're not a movie.
Unless it's smell-based, do I smell burning? In which case it's two successes.
Perfect. Yeah, you can wake up to your tents on fire.
What have you done?
We've got a bright wizard. Don't. Not in this sense.
Every time
You
shed
scout
light,
out,
that's never
and you can see several of the Ostlanders are already moving over towards where he is. Some of them have got their weapons drawn, like he's some sort of missile that has come from the heavens and is clearly attacking them. One of them is shakily looking forward in his direction where he is, smoking slightly and groaning. Holy crap, that hurt. Oh, that really hurt.
Elric.
Get a doctor.
He's the one that did it.
Just get a doctor.
How long do I think it would take me to run to the Talabeclander camp?
That's like an hour or so,
It's an hour,
at
yeah,
least,
yeah.
and possibly longer.
What if she took the short route?
Straight across. Completely different kettle of fish. You go straight across, you'll be there in a relatively short period of time.
No,
It's difficult to tell. There's so much mist. There's the rise of the castle. You don't know what the terrain is like because it's mostly covered in mist, but that's a very different proposition, much shorter.
What if
So
you
she
run
saw
on
light.
top of the wall?
She saw light that was like away
Way
from
up in the
camp,
crags.
so it could be an ambush of the. It could be an
I
attack,
mean,
or it could just be
see
them,
someone making their
like,
way across. Yeah, absolutely. It
signaling
could
to
be
each other.
any of
I'm
thousands
going to run
of
to
things.
Leopold. Get through.
Okay, so upon seeing
before
Yume,
seeing that,
upon seeing Yume moving over towards
I'll be shouting,
Elric, you
"Leopold!
ship bang, bang,
Father,
bang, 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 and you can hear the call of Alamenowith in the distance.
Where am I?
You're still in your bed, as the reality of the fact that it's not your other senses, it's your real senses that's burning. Your tent's burning. Your tent's burning.
That's not good.
Yeah, it took you longer to realise your tent was burning than everyone else.
Lost in meditation.
Yeah, the horror of that sensation, that feeling that had been running through you.
It's me
So
eye licking your hand.
Meat pie's out of there.
Yeah. That's what he does. Can I help put Gerhardt out? And the tent.
He's not on fire, unless you mean just pick him up and throw him. No, he's not on fire. It's absolutely
But
fine.
the tent is, so can we try and put that out?
Pardon? Sorry.
Put the tent out.
Oh, yeah. So you can go to town on that, batten it down. It's at singe point now because it was mostly a and it didn't really go on fire per se. Although having woken up, it has the impression of having been on fire for some time potentially. So it's difficult to tell. Anyway, you're making your way down. Hey, you may, Elric looks bad. He's bashed up, battered. His face is bleeding in a couple of places. His arm looks like it got twisted really badly when it landed. And he's holding on to it, nursing it. It's sore. You're not entirely convinced you haven't broken a rib. You don't think you have.
We said, Andy.
What he feels and the truth are two different things, but he's not convinced he hasn't broken a rib. It hurts. He landed badly as he fell and was winded.
Yume's gonna turn to the men standing around with weapons and like bark at them to get a doctor because this one's kind of out of commission right now.
I'll take a leadership test from you, please.
Cool. Could I roll? Well, I don't know actually which one's better. Where's my leadership? Yeah, I'll do leadership. Okay.
Whee!
That's one success.
Yeah, they're not paying attention to you. As you bark out, and one of them says, "Hey, you're getting back!" Not with an Ostlander accent. And the one beside him says, "Yeah."
They're not paying attention to me, but they are paying attention.
They're not doing what you said.
But okay, but they're still speaking to me.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not following your order in terms of leadership test did not do what you intended. Cool. But, they're not actually approaching.
Sure, okay.
But they're not getting a doctor.
Sure, fine.
Get Gerhardt. Just get him.
Leopold, what are you doing?
Well, can I hear him saying get Gerhardt?
Yeah.
I will get Gerhardt.
Gerhardt has been on fire. You're battening down that tent. It's mostly out now, Birdie. You can feel the air. The tent's not really there anymore. Huh. Oh, what happened?
What has he done? Well, I'll check that he's alive.
No, I'm fine.
Elric is calling for you.
Right, okay. Let me just grab some trousers.
It's the middle of the night. What? Says Lucas.
On fire.
He's fine.
Leather skin Lucas, you never know.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Right, okay.
Totally.
Okay, so this is why I need a teacher. Sigmar's sake and all the other fucking gods. Right.
Get up, my lord. He needs you.
What?
He needs you. Elric needs you.
Oh, right. I need Elric. Right, where is he?
Shove him in that direction.
Drag him he's
in
naked.
that
What? Well, no,
Sorry?
I need...
He's naked. He's naked.
I said trousers.
No, you just touched him and went to drag him. Oh, he's naked.
He's topless.
I said I'm having trousers.
Well,
I looked for some trousers.
Let's check which happened. Yeah, he's topless. Accidentally grabbed the wrong end.
Nevertheless, an unexpected. Where's your coat?
He never does it work.
It's summer.
Oh, his skin is hot to the touch.
I'm not going to say what immediately came to mind.
His skin is hot to the touch.
But something's clearly gone down.
Am I?
But
you're coming. You were quite far away.
He's
up in the crags.
Moaning pathetically for
Yeah.
Gerhardt.
Yeah.
So that's
Stop
the
pushing
priority.
me. I need to get my box of stuff. Otherwise, I can't help him.
So hopping on, pulling on some trews.
Yeah.
Pulling on some trews, grabbing your box of stuff as Lucas opens up his eye and goes, "Where did the tent go?
Are we under attack?
No.
Gerhardt.
Are we under attack?"
No.
says Lucas.
Keeps happening.
I'll be back in a moment. Birdie, you explain.
Okay.
As you go off, you can hear Gerhardt coming over to where you are alongside poor old battered Elric as you bound down and you arrive where Leopold is.
Something's happening in the Talabecklander camp. I can sense magic, and if I can sense it from here past the keep, there must be a lot of it.
Well, we're kind of dealing with a little bit of
is
magic here, so...
But
Is that where the tent went?
no, it
what?
was
The
Gerhardt.
tent's gone.
Yeah, I saw
The tent's gone.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
on
know. It's
fire.
not involved.
Well,
It could be related.
It could be related. It could
Yeah.
have been
It's
targeted.
not related. It was Gerhardt.
How do you know that?
Because it's not the first time he set on fire a bed. Last time I was in it when it happened.
And I suppose, to be fair, his bed is gone. It does feel like he used it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Oh, right.
it's-
But
So,
fair enough. It probably wasn't.
upon a
targeted.
cursory investigation, it's fair to say there is a large charred area,
Yeah.
and then there is a secondary charred area where Elric was sleeping.
Mm.
So Elric could also have been responsible. Although Elric is not the tent and you saw him fly, it seems unlikely that he was the one that did it.
I've never flamed my own bed.
Since he
There's
was
some
an
stories
apprentice.
in the college.
Can you do some auguries and see whether it's good magic or bad magic?
Is that something I can augur? It's not really, is it? Like when I arrive at a person or a place.
Yeah.
Or someone can ask you a question, just not me.
Get me conscious and I'll tell you what it is.
Who is the biggest threat to us right now?
Seems good.
Zero wounds does not mean unconscious, then LAWhammer.
Not focusing on
You're fine.
the pain.
It's a pass.
4, sorry.
Who's the biggest threat to us right now?
Oh, so you're doing a secret
Yeah.
question. Oh. Mm.
So many things happening at once.
And while he's doing that, I'm absent, Andrew. While he's doing
Yep.
that, I'm absenting myself and I'm running to Elric to try and get his advice on the magic.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
pelting over to Elric.
I'll
You're
probably-
currently
I'm trying to calm down the soldiers since the
that's
leadership role didn't work.
that's not doing very well. But at least they're not approaching any further,
Yeah.
which
It's
is
okay.
good. Um,
He's with us.
Leopold, who is still trying to make sense of what has happened. Conflicting voices coming at him. The tent
I
is
feel like
largely
this
gone.
one is almost not intentional. This one is just she said it and
Yeah, quite. And then it hits.
and bearing in mind what he'd woken up thinking about.
So exceedingly weakly. Barely a whisper at the back of his mind. As a whisper, even that is too strong. Sensation, an understanding. The enemy has come. And that's really loose. Fortunately, or unfortunately, another voice, an old worlder, makes a clarifying point or two.
Just great.
As it says in Old Worlder. Red Crown. Says, Red Crown, they're moving to take the keep. You don't have long. Says, they're moving in the shadows and the tunnels beneath. If you want to move, you'll need to move swiftly. The Purple Hand have no idea what they're up against.
Right.
They think that this is the center of their power. They're wrong. It's Aldo. Says, it's always been Aldo.
Remember that for
Cheers.
later.
You might be able to save them if you wish.
Die by my hands. That's not exactly the same.
Sigma can't reach you here. Says, Sigma failed here. It still stands. It says,
Is it impregnable?
and there's a pause. Ah, you're listening. Oh, it's quite pregnable. It says, Sigma was just a man. You are already more.
Not good.
It says, he was also blasted. But let's not talk about his true father yet.
What?
And it falls silent.
What a team.
Son of a bitch. That's a... Also,
Yeah, anyways.
That's
So, what are you doing? He has fallen silent. As his head tilts from side to side, he's clearly having one of his things.
I'll wait then. It could be important. I
thought we were running to Elric.
No, it's more
no, she
important.
paused. And Leopold, Father, I can run straight to the Talabeklanders if you need me to.
Hey, Gerhardt. You arrive.
Right, out of the way.
Elric is looking bad. Okay, just ignore the guilt. Yeah, he looks bad. He has a host of spiraling, twisting marks and coils across the side of his body. That might have been caused by magic. Possibly magic that you caused. Fascinating. Interesting that this should occur like this, and mostly on his left side, which is the side where he was to you when you were sleeping. So, yeah, you've already concluded it was probably you. The bashes and the abrasions, almost certainly physical. That came from tumbling and possibly falling off this small escarpment. It's hardly an escarpment, it's only 4 foot. But nevertheless, he clearly has fallen down. He's nestled in it.
I'm only 5'6". 4 foot is.
It's a drop. Yeah, quite. I mean, as I said, it was worse than the tumble. He's probably taken most of that from that, but do yourself a heal test.
Yeah.
Successes are important. Number of advances will almost certainly be the at least starting point of
Number of
limit.
advancements.
Heals basic.
Oh, heals, but it isn't.
Heal.
Then, yeah, you're right. Ignore
Okay.
me.
Right. So then, 9.
52.
I'm invincible.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Intelligence bonus.
He
as
doesn't
well.
add. That's for how many wounds he heals. This is just the test.
Oh.
He doesn't add his intelligence.
Oh,
bonus.
okay. Hang on. I'm so sorry. I've got 30 advances. I'm at 121.
So plus
What
2.
did you roll?
What did you
I
roll?
rolled 60.
So that's 8
So 8
plus
plus
whatever
2,
bonuses you've got.
plus another 2 because I've got field dressing twice.
10.
So 10 is the 10.
10. Perfect. Thank you. We got there.
Plus
Not so hard.
my intelligence for bonus for
That's for how many. Yeah. As
19.
you open up, you start bandaging, paying close attention to the swirls and how it's going, and how you're quite convinced that parts of it don't connect. As in, he's taken a hit of some sort, and they're not connecting, meaning that it's gone under the skin somehow or something similar. He's got external and internal wounds from this. Fascinating. Clearly, it was magical that was causing those particular parts. And you're now like 98% convinced you were the cause.
Okay, right. I'm going to bypass that and just shift it off to somebody else's fault.
You're dangerous.
Well, look, I need a teacher. I had one.
No.
He died. I'm just trying to get through it. Let's get you sorted properly.
You need a way to distract yourself.
You said metal. You said metal works? By where metal? A chain sheet, for example.
Does he know? I was thinking like
Lower magic test, please. That's how to answer this one.
7 successes.
Oh, nice.
It's an advanced.
It's an
though.
advanced skill, yeah,
I'm pretty sure
absolutely.
I've got a lot of advances in it though. Oh, sorry, no, it was a fail.
Oh!
This was way off. I don't have 72. You're incorrect.
What a cheat.
Yeah,
You're not sure.
He has just fallen from a grave.
Yeah, quite. I mean, you're a bit addled, you're a bit unsure, and right now you're just happy actually being patched up, and also unhappy that you have to be patched up.
it could have been worse. You could have killed everyone in that tent.
Okay, well,
I'm trying to distract the people so they don't hear that
Yes,
conversation.
they are already largely unconcerned because it's all being dealt with. It's not some sort of great conflagration that's being caused from outside. Clearly, it's something to do with wizards. They've identified a wizard, meaning that they're soldiers. They've seen this sort of stuff before with crazy wizards, and they've already decided that discretion is the better part of sticking their nose into someone else's business. And there is someone just sitting there going, no, 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 and they withdraw.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Exactly. This is just not worth their hassle. And no. They withdraw. They are mostly Ulricans. They do not have the strong anti-magical sentiment many Sigmarites have. So they're not in a position where they're going, burn the witch. Instead, the bitch has burnt itself. Fair enough. Stupid witch.
Pretty sure you said bitch.
The witch. The witch.
Don't worry, we can fix it in post.
While
Fix it in
Elric's
post.
being patched up, can I do a quick
Intuition test.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, what are you doing, Father?
So Luke, having been sitting like that, we'll just sort of stop, and then we'll yell, "Emmanuel, my armor!" Emmanuel, we need to get into the keep as quickly as possible. The Red Crown are infiltrating it right now.
Shouldn't we tell?
Leopold, says the voice in Old Worlder. That wasn't us. Sigmar does not come here willingly. It was a duplicate sent by the Rat
And that wasn't us.
Who was it?
A duplicate sent by, the people who make the duplicates.
Then you're going to need to tell the general that
Yeah.
you were wrong and that he should
Yeah.
ally with the Talabek landers and attack the keep
Yeah.
now.
Is Emmanuel helping me get my armor?
Yeah,
Shall
absolutely.
I run to the Talabek landers and tell them that the keep is already
Yeah.
infiltrated?
I mean,
How are you going to do that?
Just gonna run.
How?
How?
I mean, you've got a large rise and mist and that creepy castle in the middle of it. Brass keep covered with all of its crazy runes that you saw are clearly binding something in. There, right in front of you. You could run around it. You don't even know
Or-
there's gorges there. There could be pitfalls, anything.
Or you could convince von Raukov that he was wrong and he might have riders that you could send. And they could...
No riders. There's no way to get across.
No,
It's
no,
an invasion.
round the...
They can't ride. It's up and down.
Oh, okay.
No horses.
Runners.
It's not even mules. It's walking.
Send a tank.
Birds.
yeah. I mean,
Chuck
he's got
Drago
wizards who can
across.
send a message.
What should we do?
Well, I think we need to go tell Raukov. You're right.
That
I'm
it
just
was an
trying to make
imposter.
myself look believable.
Presentable.
Yeah.
Right, I will help. She's got trade grooming.
Nice.
Birdie, let's do them together.
We
So
don't
as-
have time.
As Birdie and Alamenowitz do the father together.
I can get my armor on.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
quite.
right. Well, I'll do Leopold with Emmanuel.
Carol,
You do
do me.
your squire can do you.
4 successes
perfect.
on the intuition.
Why is everyone laughing?
Where's the woman with the light up boobs?
If only she was here. Your arm really hurts as he's binding tightly with a bandage. And your head lifts as you attempt to make sense of what's going on. The amount of actually in the area is quite dulled. You've drawn much more than you expected. And also, you're quite convinced that Gerhardt was drawing on it too. He's going to have to be careful. He's going to burn out his etheric flows, which means that he will become almost the opposite of a wizard.
Which is not the worst thing.
It's not good in many respects. Burnt out people lose their soul.
It's not the worst.
Yeah.
He's going that way.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't want
I'll
to be
take the
around
point.
him.
I'll take the point. Taken.
So, is he sensing what's happening over at the Talabheim camp?
Way too far away. As he
If I
Twist.
no, she was pretty far.
she was in a
away.
very different place.
And also, presumably, I
And-
felt it when it rose. You
And,
know,
and she was conscious when it happened.
Yeah, totally.
He's been conscious the whole time.
Yeah.
But you were asleep
Oh, yeah.
until you got
When it occurred, totally. Now, the dread that is coming from that rather horrendous keep sinks into you as you can sense all the winds you can't sense. You can see actually being buffeted around and moving unnaturally. Actually moves in a particular flow and it's not following those flows. Other winds of magic are clearly here, shifting it in different directions. It causes your hairs on your head to shift slightly as the wind jerks one way, then jerks the next. Now sitting, you can feel it. It's just the slightest stirring, but it shows just how out of place the winds are here. To the point that, or magic test.
can I say something to
Yes.
Leopold? Leopold, I know, and I shouldn't know, but I do know that keep is binding something in. And it is something that, if it were to get out, would be terrible. And I know it because I used to know it.
No. You think it might be connected to the enzymes?
Remember the other day when my eyes bled? That I remembered it then.
Lupo touches the dry blood at the side of his eyes.
So that's an interesting connection there. Leaves you half feeling like possibly a small amount of his soul might have been eaten.
Who?
Leopold, with his bleeding eye. Just like yours were. I mean, it might be unrelated.
What did they just bleed just now?
Yeah, his eyes were bleeding.
Well, they bled. Like he woke up
when he woke
and
up,
they had
and
been
bleeding
eating.
slightly.
Something is maybe eating your soul? Because that's why my eyes bled. An entity passed too close. Is there something, perhaps when Sigma touches you, it takes some of your essence?
Maybe.
That's a tricky treat.
How's my shadow?
How's the shadow?
Nighttime.
Is it?
But there'll be
Is-
torches. No.
Yeah, it's very much nighttime.
Yeah, but there'll be.
And you're both literally separated in the dark. You don't know it's dark.
Oh,
And for you, it's just,
Yeah.
this is fine. You've got
It's,
enough light to see.
I can't.
You can't tell in
No,
this
I
current
can't tell in
position.
this light.
Can he could sort of sense the shadow thing before?
Yeah.
Can he sort of mentally reach out to it?
Intuition test. So, Elric's done.
Whilst they've been doing that,
Yes.
could I try and see if that feeling of wrongness was that happening, or if it still feels wrong?
Okay, intuition test from yourself, please.
Is this?
4 successes.
Just trying to get a sense if it's there. That's all.
You feel normal.
So it's probably there. Hopefully.
Cool.
2 successes.
Get to the
You wander off back towards the smoking camp. You can hear Leopold and Alaminowith speaking quietly. They're off behind the tent in the pitch. Birdie is currently working her way through the tent. It's now all tamped down. It's no longer on fire. She's checked over everyone. Even your good old dog has returned after all the burning. From the corner of the tent comes out Leopold's very young basilisk as it raises up its head and looks in your direction. Blink, 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 blink. Blink, 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 blink. For a brief moment, you think you can hear it.
Oh.
No, you've got it wrong. It's reacting. It's reacting to something. It sensed something. It has sensed something wrong, and that's why it's out and about. It typically just snoozes. It's happy to sleep all day, take an occasional meal. It just sits on Leopold, absorbing his heat.
It's just a baby.
It's just a baby, exactly. I'm just a baby. As it sits on him. But it says that. And it's come out and it's raised and its head's lifted. So you have not necessarily learned what you wanted to learn,
No, not really.
but you have learned something.
Uh-huh.
The basilisk is a great barometer. It senses, importantly, what you currently sense as the opposite of balance and imbalance, the other side.
Mm.
Wrong.
Mhm.
It can sense it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you're quite convinced. It's just looking at you. Clearly it decides it's not you, and it goes off to find Leopold in completely the wrong direction. As it looks around attempting to find him. As it moves around and then pops down and passes out and goes to sleep at the side of the burning tent. Well, the no longer burning.
Sure. Hard.
Yeah, quite.
Cool. Okay. Well, information for another time. I guess I'll walk towards them.
Yeah, do yourself a perception test. They're literally in the pitch black. Just make sure you don't accidentally trip over a loose stone or a rock or some
Sure.
equivalent.
One success.
That's enough. You make your way over to where they're close and discussing points. What are you doing, Gerhard?
I'll help Elric up. Then just try and get him back towards the tent, basically.
I did get 2 successes on the lower magic.
Mm.
Roll. Don't know what it was for.
He helps you up. You take it. Because, honestly, your legs feel a little bit worse for wear. You feel deeply uncomfortable. Now, it's not because of him, although you can have your own discomfort for that. Okay? The discomfort you have for what he did is entirely your own. I'm not imposing a discomfort on top of that. Oh, no, I am, in fact. Adding a different discomfort on top of that. You are uncomfortable. You're not sure by what. It's an anxiety. It sort of feels in your stomach. It's a little bit like you're back in the college. In the college, that actually was so strong all the time. And that brought with it constant anxiety. That brought with it constant jitteriness, a constant edge to everything that was done. Tempers, frequently frayed in the Bright College. It was very common for apprentices to just collapse into scrapping, fighting, throwing fireballs at each other sometimes. The old college is effectively a wizard training ground that has already got massive anger issues. And you were so the opposite of that. You did not fit in. You just got head and head and head and head. And they did not like your lack of compliance to what they considered to be the proper bright way of dealing with things, which hitting back. And it feels like that. It feels like the rest of the world's going jittery and you're sitting in the calm center of it and you don't quite understand what's going on. Sorry, Lore Magic, only 2 successes was not enough to pin it down. But you've got the sensation and it's tickling at the back of your mind like you know something. More annoyingly, you think it might be something that Maven would say. Father Leupold, you may have just arrived. Birdie, what are you doing?
I'm going to get Geralt to kit me up.
Yeah, good.
Because whatever's going on today, I'm going to need armor, I suspect. It takes a while.
He's already armored up. As the strap's going on, you're going to be here for a good 15.
Should we talk to Raukov?
You may. What do you know?
Hello. You
I think we have
probably
Yeah.
you probably know this already since you've been whispering. That something's changed since last night. Something's wrong. Like even Drago could sense it. Something's.
The keep binds something. Do you think it is freed?
I don't.
How wrong is it? You talked before about the balance, the good, the bad. Is it?
Oh no! It's on a different scale. I think.
What's
It's
a different bad?
the different bad.
Oh.
It's not. Oh my god! I need to run away right now. Bad. I think. But it's pretty bad. That's what woke me up, and I don't think it was whatever happened with the magic right now.
Well, I sense magic over nearer the Talabekland camp.
It comes back to you. You've just arrived back at the tent with Gerhard. You know what's happening here. You know what's happening here. You can feel it. The college has a name for it, and you feel stupid that you didn't land on it immediately. It's a storm of magic. Magic has gone wild here. In the same way that it does when there's a great incursion. In the same way that it can do when things go very wrong and something has stirred the winds badly. And that will mean wizards like yourself potentially become incredibly powerful.
Or smudges.
Also that.
Yeah.
And many of them become nothing more than broken by the very winds they're attempting to master.
And the direction is to the keep.
Yeah, probably caused by what's going on there. And this storm, rather disappointingly, will affect anyone who's even slightly magically inclined. Those who are already half broken will break. Those who are already learning will suddenly either go one way or another. It's a time of, if we want to be positive, heroes. It's when Magnuses can rise because the winds have risen. It's also a time of demons and chaos, disorder and horror. And that's what's waking up here. And that's probably whatever it was that was seen by someone else and sent the Talabiclanders up here, what they're here to try and constrain. And you are quite convinced that it's now or never. Possibly, as much as you may not want to conclude this, never. Because you would be walking into not the eye of the storm, just the storm. There is no eye. That's the worst part of the Storm of Magic. There's not a nice handy place you can sit in the middle and go, I feel safe. No, it just goes wrong, as has been evidenced by Gerhardt. But even on concluding all of that, you sort of half expected it. Ever since everyone said something's wrong about this place and it's changed, it was tickling at the back of your mind.
So he'll relay in his brief, it's a storm. The winds are haywire. It's the keep. Something is either coming out or I don't know, but you need to focus. You need to be very sure of where your mind is at and what you are doing, because
if we're going to try and do these things, we need to get into the keep now. The Red Crown are moving there in force. The Purple Hand don't know what's coming.
Lucas, yawning, comes out with a bottle of wine. Looks out and says, why are we all awake? What happened to the tent?
Shall we?
Get ready, we're going.
Some wine, sir?
We could
should
use
have-
him to
no,
warn the
Thank
people.
you.
Right.
I think we should talk to the general before we go.
Are you intending to leave?
Lucas might have a task for you. Another one.
Oh, God, what is it this time? It's the middle of the night. I didn't even want to be awake. Am I sleepwalking? Is this a dream?
No, that's,
He says-
normal.
Right. It's important that the general knows that that creature wasn't Luther Huss, right?
Yes. And also that there's that the keep is being taken in force from underneath.
Yes, but the
Lucas says, why is it important? The general's not in control anymore.
No, but this might put him back in control again.
It's highly unlikely. That is a dream. Nothing more. He
So
has
if
lost
it's-
control and authority now.
If it's Ulricans who want to attack, who are besieging him, I'm saying maybe we get the Ulricans to attack.
They're going to defend, not
So you can-
attack. That was the orders.
they were going to defend the keep against the Talabiclanders.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They could probably be channeled, but I don't think the general will be. I mean, he'll be amenable to talking, one presumes, but one doesn't believe he'll have much in the way of authority at the moment.
Who's in charge of the Ulricans?
I have no idea.
So, but perhaps he can channel them. If he realizes that what he's been told by the Huss was deliberately designed to make this happen, he may know his men better than us, and he may know a way to channel them. I think we should talk to him first, quickly.
Assuming never, I'm good, of course.
Your story is ridiculous.
And also, how are we gonna
Well,
get in?
Where is his Luther Huss? He's gone.
Yeah.
Melted
you
away.
may have been the one that removed him.
Yeah, I do agree. Luther Huss appealed to him on grounds of faith, and you're going to do the same, which is an equal balance.
And plus, he's been with him for months.
And he's been with him. I say that either
I mean, I don't want to be a realist about it. I prefer to agree. I'm just looking for the best potential outcome, which hopefully doesn't involve me going near that castle. I'd be very happy to speak to him on your behalf.
Well, we're going in,
Well,
so
We'll leave you to that.
well, we'll leave
when
you
we're
to do
going.
that.
Oh, God. I was actually joking.
Well,
Yeah.
we can leave with.
Yes, we can leave Sackensey. with
Are
you.
you intending to go in?
yes.
No.
Hiking over in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Oh, God.
We'll have to.
You could stay here. Somebody needs to know where we went if we don't come back.
No, I think I probably have to come.
Do you?
Yeah. I think
Are
so.
you sure?
Right.
You're
Well,
not-
you don't know what you're going to encounter there.
no, but it's
And
unlikely
it may
to
be important that somebody leaves
Right,
and passes
okay,
on some
fine.
form of message.
It is true.
You may encounter something that just makes you go, we need to, and I'm quite expendable in that regard.
He's got both legs, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not that messed up. He's lost one eye. He's got a
Take my
mighty
servant's
gash.
leg.
He's been stabbed really badly in the side. A wound that has now largely healed up.
Okay, that's fine.
It took months, but he's fine. He's been through the wars, but he's most certainly quite capable of moving, and
Yeah,
he's pretty hardy.
Just for a moment, I thought.
Plus, given what we're going to recover, it's like his ancestral blade.
It is actually.
God, is he going to wield
No,
peak like
I also think that
Heroes waking up.
Lucas might be the best person to retrieve the item, given his blood.
Oh my God! I think that's a farcical idea. He says,
Well, I can only carry so many of them.
I've been thinking about this.
Okay,
Like, so,
so
Do
do
we
we
go?
take second C with us, and then that way they can go back together in case there's danger?
right. So I think Sakansi should come with us because he is exceedingly capable with a blade. I think that your squire should come with us because you need help with your armor and understanding how best to maintain it, and also he's trained. So I might suggest that your initiate doesn't, but it's only a might. It's obviously up to yourself.
My concern is I don't know that this will necessarily be safer if it's
Oh gosh, no, it won't.
if it's a bunch of rabid Ulricans, and if the only Sigmarite priest has suddenly
Oh
disappeared.
gosh, no, it won't. It won't be safe. You'll have to come with us.
yeah, we take her.
Oh God.
And our faith,
Okay.
your faith, and our true-heartedness will see us through.
Do we at least leave a note?
To who?
Go to Breast Keep. See you later. Love
Well, no,
your
but to say, you
I
you
think
have been deceived.
you've
Huss
been
is
deceived.
no Sigmarite,
Yeah.
or that was not Huss.
I think
Yeah.
that would be wise because even if he doesn't believe it, at least it's been communicated.
What was it? Wait, was it Bernhardt or was it Raukov who mentioned the Ratman?
It was Bernhard.
Right,
Bernhard, yeah.
because that's who's behind the
By name.
false Huss.
Yes.
So he'll believe us.
We write a note to Raukov saying you were deceived.
As were we,
Yeah.
to be fair.
And it was for this intent,
Yeah.
to delay and
To sow dissent.
so dissent.
Yeah.
The Talabek landers have a true motive.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know.
Do we write that? We can pen that out quickly.
We'll do it together.
All right.
So we best pack to leave.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes.
I'll get your
Lucas,
stuff, sir.
Good. I've also got some personal request from yourself.
Yes.
As we travel, could you quiz me?
On.
Anything? Maths?
I should
Science,
suggest that
histories.
possibly we do that after we've done this keep business because we might wish to be
As we
quiet.
walk.
Yeah, as we
We may-
walk, I need you to
There,
do
there
it.
could be things that would be listening for us. I
Okay.
would suggest that stealth may be on the better
Just-
order.
Stick
about-
close to me.
It's not about standing near you or anything. It's about keeping me
Yeah,
occupied in
do
my
it
mind.
in your
It's
head.
doing.
Do your mental exercises. Go through the parts of the body. Go through
Or
everything.
maybe Birdie, if we have a piece of rope, if you tie it into loads of knots, and then you can spend your time untying it whilst we're walking.
I know some really good knots.
Okay. I might learn something as well.
Right. Shall we pen this note?
Good.
I would
What's wrong?
it's all about when we pass it over because if we pass it over too early, people might try to stop us leaving.
I was perhaps thinking we just leave it.
In the ruins of the tent.
Oh, it might never get to him.
Yeah.
I never get to.
Give it.
That's why Sakansi would have been useful to deliver it. But
Well, perhaps we should ask him.
We'll just give it to anyone.
Zack
and
and
just say,
C
"Pass this
is
on."
off with the Ostlander troops at the moment.
Mm.
He's not even been here.
Are we not in the Ostland camp?
yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not with us.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
Yeah, he went over to speak to the locals, not the newcomers that come in with Raukov, but the actual locals.
So is he
because
back
they're
up at the wall then?
yeah.
Which we
So
delivered.
he'll
Well, we
Absolutely.
need to go
Absolutely
there
be
anyway,
on
so
the way.
let's go.
So let's go there and speak to him there.
Because
Ellen,
he'll
He'd
presumably...
be able to maybe pass on the message
Well,
from one of the
he may have
captains.
some-
Yeah, he'll have a reliable captain he knows. So we can
Yes,
leave it
quite.
Capable cat.
there.
45 minutes later, up at the picket line from the Ostland side. Heavy walls ahead of you, many of which are cracked and a bit broken. Nobody really expects anything to pass through here. Maintenance is not high on their list of requirements. These are old walls. Sakansi is asleep at this point. You arrive. There are guards posted. They don't expect anyone to be coming or arriving. They are locals. They are neither involved with the Raukov lot, the Ulrican lot, or anything else. These are the ones who sadly have been posted here for months. And they would rather not be. They're tired. They're really drained and don't provide much in the way of resistance to anything that comes close to an order. I need to be taken to Sakinsky. And they're like, sure. We'll just go get him. Sakinsky, all enormity of him, comes out rubbing at his long blonde hair as he looks down at everyone and says, well, it's a bit... You're not intending to go in now, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's the middle of the night and not slept enough.
Father has seen some things. The General von Raukov was deceived.
In what way?
That was not Luther Huss. It was
Who's Luther Huss?
the
Sigmarite.
Sigmarite priest.
priest,
That
His advisor.
his advisor advised him.
Fuck, don't let the
badly.
Ulricans know. Fuck, they'll just be stringing up Sigmarites everywhere.
We need to get a message to von Raukov to let him know.
Why? What if it gets intercepted? Are you mad? They'll be burning Sigmarites across Ostlander if that sort of thing gets out. It's... Right, look. Cults are really... bad business.
But we've
I
accepted
know.
your advice. But at the same time, there are cultists of the ruinous powers attacking that keep right now from underneath. We need to move now.
Right you are, he says, as he calls out, as he shouts, recruits, get me some armour, some fucking stuff on me. He says, they're asleep. He badgers them. He gets himself what amounts to a breastplate. His own sword. As, helmet. Are we going in there? I fucking told my dad I'd do this. He says, I fucking told him I'd do this. As he shrugs his shoulders. Bless his little soul. He's only 19.
I love this guy.
Elric will take a minute as well to go out to explain the storm. So, Alamena White, you may want to be careful with any casting. I'm probably walking to my death. This storm is either going to make or break, and I feel like it might break. So, if I'm casting, move, stay away. Anything could happen.
We got a little bit of time while second scene's getting dressed. Like Leopold will sit down and do a divination for Elric.
Go for it. Roll those bones.
Yeah, it's a good pass.
Nice.
You have a reroll.
Sakinsky comes back, literally pulling on one of the leather straps at the back to put it into place as he goes, Captain Kazimierz, I've woken him up for you.
So Birdie,
You need his permission to go in. He says, and he's going to give it to you. Oh, fuck.
Have you left any letters you want to leave?
Fuck no.
Right.
He says, if anyone thinks we're actually going in there, they'll stop us. He says, oh, fuck them all. He says, here's our fate. Our weird. He says, all right, big girl. He says, are you ready? As he looks at you, right, let's fucking go. He says, afterwards, if we survive this, he says, how about we go for a dinner at the Golden Goose?
Sounds good. Let's.
Fucking right.
And you're all witnesses.
Fucking right.
What was the Bretonian restaurant?
Chez Jules.
The Golden Goose is so much better.
It doesn't have a
Like
French
the
or
Chez Jules
Bretonian
is
name.
down here, and the Golden Goose is like way up there.
He says, Princess is paying.
Of course,
You tell her.
I will.
He says, fucking right. All right. As he pales somewhat. Fuck. I've dreamt about this. All my life.
Literally dreamed.
Aye. We all have. Everyone in Sakinsky. We know what we protect.
We did get good vibes from him.
Yeah, we do.
That's never helped
he
us before.
Pats
has
his
it?
sword and goes, right, Ulrich, Sigmar, Renald, whoever the fuck, watch over us.
Is he wearing his heraldry by any chance?
Sakinsky.
Yeah.
No, he's not actually, because he's wearing the Tobbringer heraldry. As he goes, right, who's leader here? Who's taking lead? Who's got most military experience?
Me.
Right, you should take call then.
No, it's you.
Fuck no. He says, fuck no.
No.
He says, look at y'all.
No, you have the most military experience.
But you've been campaigning since you were, what did
10.
you say, 10, 9?
Aye, but not against this.
Right.
I was looking for someone I could actually pay attention to who'd actually know what they're talking about.
It's Elric.
Elric then.
Right.
Work together, the pair of you.
Looks at you and he says, all right, you know what's what. I can only tell you what I know about what's coming up, and that's that the terrain is safe mostly. In the summer, you can see quite clearly right up to the keep. It's like an old battlefield. It's mostly wasteland. There's no great worry between getting between here to there. But when the mists come in, you sometimes hear screams and the like. So yeah, I don't know what to make of that. As I say, I wouldn't make the right choices, but I can make choices when it comes to fighting folk.
Our goal is to retrieve those 2 items. Yes, that is our main goal.
Yes. Although, if we get there and it turns out that they're up to something world-ending,
Well,
I've
of course,
already
of
changed.
course.
You see
Yes.
a while you thought.
That being the case, then maybe there should be a very clear line as to how to retrieve artifact and remove it whilst
The rest.
other matters are dealt
Yes.
with. Anyone up for that?
I think Yume and I are the ones who could most likely retrieve items without being noticed. But
whereas Elric and I are the big distractions.
I would be concerned that you wouldn't be able to carry one of the items and we would need to do it together.
Yes. Well, I've never touched it, so I don't know. But I'm
Be
assuming
clever.
so.
It's not that bad.
You've had it.
Hey! Hey! Princess, let me have a go.
Give him Barracle.
He says,
Yeah.
Give him Barracle.
Would you take this blade and wield it?
if you fucking want. He says, is that a sword?
It's a rune blade.
Never seen it before.
Nobody
He says,
has.
where did it come from? You carrying that all the time? Elves. He shrugs himself and he says, aye, well, aye, sure.
Collectively,
Right now.
clench.
No,
Fair point.
Yeah,
We'll
still in a
probably find
position
out
where
if he's
it's
gonna
okay.
go mad.
Yeah. Well, that's what we do. Do we want to maybe restrain him before he touches
Which
it?
direction is the keep?
No, but is it not?
Cardinal.
north.
Because if it's north, he's going to go that way.
From where he is, it's mostly south. Actually.
Ah.
Yeah, it's the opposite direction to the keep.
Maybe I'll give it to him when we get there.
No, I
No,
think
we need
we
to
should
test,
know
yeah.
now.
But I think maybe Elric should.
Yeah.
Add
Oh,
add
like
the squire.
Yeah.
Wrestled an orc.
Take it.
Yeah, but
He says,
there's about one.
what's the problem?
It gives you visions and
Well,
sometimes
maybe I shouldn't be taking something that gives me visions.
Well, we think Peak Leveler does as well.
No, it's fine.
But
Right,
but
but
the thing is, some people can wield it safely. Some people can't. If you can wield it safely, that's really useful.
I mean, we were all fine. We all took a go of it.
No,
Peak
this
Leveler.
this sword we're talking about.
Who's we?
He
If
says-
you can,
Me and all the Johan, he gave it a go. So, I mean, we all did.
Do we think the princess would have access to Peak Leveler?
is Peak Leveler.
no.
It's
but-
just in the Imperial Armory. And yes, she
Yeah.
does have access
yeah,
to
but
it.
when would the time? It would have been the day before. Like there was literally 2 days it
And-
could have happened. It
yeah.
could have happened.
It
Yes,
definitely could have happened.
she would have let them.
But what we're saying is that blade, some people can wield it safely, some people can't. If you can wield it safely, that
Why
would be
risk it?
a huge asset. Look, because it would be a huge asset if you can. But perhaps it would be good for us to know that now rather than in a crisis in the keep. If multiple
what, it
people
takes me out?
restrain you, or if multiple people restrain you and you touch it, you start frothing, we
Tear it.
try and get your hand off of it.
If you could take
No,
your
he's
helmet
too
off.
strong.
I
I
think-
think.
so.
I
No.
think.
I
If,
mean, if you want.
If you could take your
We
helmet
could
off,
crit again.
I have a kosh which could definitely knock you out.
Fuck off.
He
If you take
he
your
could
helmet
he could
off.
lie down on his face.
Can I see that kosh?
Really not
We-
convincing me here.
We can
No.
sit on him, pin his arms down. Like
Well,
think
well,
the practicalities.
yeah, that's
What
right.
can you do in that position?
To
Very
knock
little.
you out.
Well,
For good
Oh,
reasons.
We don't have to, but it's just if you
I'm
think
with you in that one.
if you think him wielding it would be particularly beneficial.
Birdie, you've got a kosh. You know what to do.
Is that a cursed blade? I don't want to touch it if it's a
no,
cursed
I don't
blade.
think he should touch it.
Right. Before going, I would like to do a blessing as well before we go into that weirdness.
What are you doing a blessing of?
Three magic.
No, he's magic. I'm not magic. Fortune.
Nice.
That's quite high.
It's quite high. I got my praise. It's quite.
But you didn't spend all your fortune
I
points
did
for
not.
a reroll.
So I'm going to re-roll that because that was too high.
You're very wise not to use those fortune points.
That one left. That's much better. That's 8 successes. So
Nice.
that's for me. That's for you guys. That's one
Give it
more.
to second seat.
Sure, thanks. Sure. That's how it.
It's 5 people you can do because you get 1 and then 1 extra for every 2
Oh.
successes.
Birdie.
Yeah, Birdie can have one
Yeah.
as well. So you can re-roll or reverse your next failed test.
Oh,
That's
good.
good.
So everyone don't do any tests until we get to the
Maybe
cave.
the next one.
Do you think I should
Next
just try and do a
failed.
blessing,
Any
or do we
test.
think all
Any
Sigmar
test.
miracles are magic and might explode with this storm of magic? Or would this be a good way to find out?
Yeah, where did
Because
where did the party land on the heresy? Are we?
Because Lupo really doesn't know.
The voice in your head say that Sigmar can barely touch you, so it probably won't work anyway.
That elf
Well, that's a
also,
good point.
Heresy schmeresy.
Heresy schmeresy.
that elf also did point at you and call you a wizard immediately, and identify me as a wizard too, witch, I believe. Sorry,
Yeah. But also, we know from meta perspective, anybody with fate points, it can
Yeah.
potentially be a wizard.
I didn't
So-
know that.
No, anyone who can roll a double. You don't even need to have fortune points.
But certainly anyone with
Yeah.
fate points.
Yeah. Anyone with fortune points.
I think
not with fate.
on a pure mechanical front,
Alright.
every character can choose to become a wizard if they're a PC, which
Right.
means all of them have the potential.
Even
You're a
dwarf.
wizard, Marty.
No dwarves, they're out of it. As are
Every one of
halflings.
our characters.
Every one of our characters, absolutely.
So,
I mean, the first
like,
dwarf
realistically,
Yeah,
magician.
yeah,
Lupo
he would,
probably
wouldn't
would.
he? Yeah,
He would
totally.
take because
He-
he's blessing and courage is what
Yeah,
he's thinking because we're about to
exactly.
go into a scary place.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to try and
absolutely.
Andy. This is probably a really bad idea.
Okay.
It's not.
As-
You're
God
a
bless you,
priest.
Sister
It's
Mark.
never a bad
Yeah.
idea to pray.
Yeah, quite.
So, I mean, it's a pass.
How many successes?
8.
Oh, good.
I didn't roll an 8, to be clear.
Sigmar
It's
is
8
not
successes,
here,
but I didn't roll an 8.
Lupo.
Sorry?
Sigmar is not here. Lupo.
Ask that
Please leave a message.
I tell you, I'm not asking that guy.
I told you he wasn't here.
But because blessings don't manifest,
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, it's
The
all
Lord
good.
will style it out.
It's absolutely all good. As the voice in Old Worlder says, this should be good. Oh, God.
For me?
Silence.
For you?
Silence.
Or maybe he's blocking Sigmar from getting to you and fooling you. And then I can't hear you, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Also, I don't think because
Stir it up.
when he tried to sense peak leveler, like he could barely sense peak leveler yesterday as well. Like something is dampening him around here. So.
A very tired looking captain, long, greying moustaches with silver threads woven through it. Heavy eyebrows, deep lines, sink in like the crevices you half feared may be lying out in the mist. Says, I'm told you want to go. You cannot go, you will be killed.
We
You
are
can-
going.
It has gone wrong. Our witch has told us it has gone wrong.
Mhm.
That's why
That's
we
why
have to
we
go.
have to go.
You're mad.
Yeah.
Zakency says, aye, mad. Told you. Give him permission. Oi. You gonna say no to me? He's on. As he just reaches down, he reaches up. There's a tear in his eye. Well, it's in your life. It is bad there. God be with you, he says in a croaky, quiet voice. Aye, God's with us. Sure.
Talfens.
As he rolls his shoulders. Do you not think you could leave your cursed blade behind? You know, if it's cursed.
No.
Where it goes, we go, vice
Mhm.
versa.
All right, you're ready. It's Lucas. Shakes his head. And says, but I suppose, yes. As he shakes his head, your squire straightens his back, just nods once.
Are you ready for this? I know this isn't what you signed up for.
It's exactly what I signed up for.
Good. That's what we want to hear.
It is not a cursed blade. It is barakul. It means unyielding wall.
He shrugs. Aye, sure. What's that got to do with anything? Are we going or not? He says, aye,
Let's go.
are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Captain.
I'm no captain.
Aye, you are.
Just Elric, that'll do.
No, you're captain now.
Right, Captain Elric.
Aye. Captain, you are.
Scribbles it furiously on his license.
Nobody can have my rope.
This guy literally is a captain.
Oh,
He's a noble,
I've
right?
been
So you
nothing
can
the
like
whole time.
write
It's
a commendation and stuff for him.
Absolutely
Yeah.
can. He's also in the state army.
You can like field promote me right now.
I'm sure
He's a colonel.
He is a colonel. I mean,
Would wizards
he
go-
is
He's a
officially a colonel, although he has decided to become a valet in the service of the princess.
Still a colonel.
Are wizards not limited in terms of their rank?
The wizards are limited in terms of their automatic rank. Yes, they can be field promoted. But that is typically then reviewed by the college and often dismissed. But nevertheless, they can get extra
Can get
rank
all
according
up
to the general local boards.
And this is always the way with the colleges. Like, the colleges can only strip it from you once they find out.
Yes.
But until they find out,
And this is
That is
literally
exactly
his
it.
lands, right? His
Yes,
dad's land.
this is his dad's land
So
until you cross the
it's as
border
official as
into
it can be.
into
Into the keep.
into the keep's little circle.
But then that's no man's land, so I can
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck I want to
Come on,
Totally.
Admiral,
Come
let's
on,
go.
Captain.
He goes, "Right, you fuckwads, open up!"
Don't stay near me.
Cock,
Yeah.
cock,
Try
cock,
on doing
cock,
this.
cock, cock, cock. And you hear a call of, why are we opening? Hey, why the fuck are we opening? Says someone else. No, what the fuck's going on? He says, that's a Sakinski. He says, Orc killer. He goes, why? Fuck off. He says,
I feel like I did just pass my blessing of courage. I feel a little bit safer.
he shakes his head and goes, fuck off. Orc killer. We can kill that many of them. And the gate rises and another pair open at the front. And ahead of you is roiling, twisting mist. A dark sky filled with clouds. More sleep. Small and crescent moon.
Lead box helmets.
Man's-leap over on the other side of the sky. The occasional flickering star, the clouds, but dominating the center of your vision is the rise of that keep. It sits so very close, but it also feels like it's a million miles away because you are definitely not there yet. And Elric can feel the magic. How much of it there is. And it's coming from there. There's a proper storm coming. And at the back of his mind, he's not just worried about Gerhardt. He's worried about Leopold. He's worried about Yume. He's worried about everyone he's with because this is where things happen. They said that Volans could channel all 8 winds of magic during the storm and that it died when the storm came to an end. The founder of the colleges of magic. And here, he has to admit, he can see the crackle of his ear everywhere. And it worries him deeply. He's also a problem. He has to channel the archway into his hand to keep the flicker of celestial magic from gathering in his hand. Oh no. He has no idea what to do with that. Gerhardt is not the only problem here. But it is important that he not show how fucking terrifying the idea of Azir running through his body is. It's important that as captain of the company, at least at the moment, he puts forward a strong, cool facade as he marches his way out. Cool test first. It's either really good or really bad.
You've got fucking scored exactly.
Oh!
8 successes, baby.
This is what his family is about. He can't deny. He can't deny. No matter how much he likes to deny what Maven made him. And he actually pushes out. Gyron slips down through his hand. It's as easy as breathing. The wind is pushed out, for the moment at least. It's crackling at the edge. It will make his wind more dangerous. Any spells he creates are almost certainly going to be flecked with his ear. That is potentially a good thing. From your perspective, never have you seen Elric so certain. He has moved from being not just uncertain. He often looks concerned. He makes jokes at the side of everything to try and push away any focus on him. But suddenly it looks like the man was a leader and always was.
Yeah, he's born for this moment. This is what the prophecy is.
His reluctance is beyond anything it's what you expected. But as he passes over the threshold, his back is straight. His demeanor is certain.
Oh, he doesn't have horns, does he?
Oh, no.
Just thinking of the vision that you had.
He does say something.
They're not horns. And you say?
This is my choice.
As he steps out, and a great arc appears beside him on one side, and on the other, a great, you'd almost imagine it like a spear. He's not holding it in his hands, but an arc and a spear, and curling horns of lightning rising from his brow.
We don't see that, right?
Nope,
Just Luke.
it's just
Okay.
Luke. As
That's like what he saw in the
cool
vision.
test.
That's like what he saw in the vision.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what, but like, I feel like Loophole excited by this.
Time to become a demon prince.
Pass. Yeah, 3 successes.
Love it. You are free to respond as you wish, or not. Just see him.
He's just gonna smile and nod. My boy's becoming the man.
And for the rest of the party, it's all quite different. Elric has just passed over the threshold, making his choice. He's on the other side, Sakinski behind him.
I mean,
and
what Loophole will do is try and like be on his side to kind of,
Yes?
I have a question. You
Question?
know how, like, if you've got stealth urban, you would declare that you're moving quietly.
yes,
What if you have stealth aether?
just declare that you're moving
I'm
quietly.
moving quietly.
Yes, me too.
Me too.
Stealthy there?
Stealth
One
prince.
point.
It's only 1 point, but it's enough. Lovely.
Yeah.
The demons are not going to see you.
And if I go into my stance, can I do that while I'm walking?
You can move into the stance,
And
yes.
will that hide
Okay,
me in a way
that
more, or
means
will that-
you will be moving differently because you're going to be moving into a shadow dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will be shifting and moving and twisting in a way that
She's
others
trying
simply
to
are not.
hide
Yeah,
and
quite.
be one with her pack.
And if people want to know why Loophole has a point of stealth ether, they should watch the side stream with Yume, Alamena, with Loophole.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fun one. Hey, Gerhardt. As you cross over the threshold, Lucas at your side. The frustration is boiling through you. Going to have to internally think about all of this. Going to have to. It's dark. You can't even do your business. It's literally memorizing things you've already. As you make your way across, and it's like your skin has been peeled from your face, but only the top layer. Like it's just flaking off at the sides, and you're not sure why as you pass through. And Lucas bumps into you with his left shoulder at the back because you hesitate for a moment as you cross over into no man's land. And Lucas whispers quite lowly, "Are you all right?" And you're not sure. Your first response is nothing. Your stomach lurches slightly. You've come to a conclusion. The picket line is also part of the entire place, and it's holding back something. You, perhaps, are the only one that notices this, because for you, well, maybe you're not. You can feel it though, crossing over that line. You don't know what it's doing to you.
Is it bad or good, or is it just
You don't know.
it's like I've just stepped into HD and everything's a bit too much?
Your arm, where you got hit by the lightning, itches. You don't know, and it actually makes you feel weirdly afraid. Birdie, for you, yep, you cross the line. Your squire at the side is mumbling prayers to Sigmar as he makes his way over and steels himself against the worst of what's to come. The mist is uncomfortable. The open space is uncomfortable. The most comfortable place ahead of you is that tower. Safe. Roof. Ceiling. Coverage. And everyone else is scared of that. But not you. That is safety. You don't need to do any cool tests as we lead up to this place. Hey, Yume.
Hello.
Crossing over the threshold, unlike Gerhardt, who feels it as like a stripping, not like that. He said that earlier. As you
Untying a single knot.
as you step over, you look and blink for a moment. Just for a moment. The briefest moment. It's not a tower. It's a tree.
No.
And it extends for miles into the heavens. And its roots go down deep. Really deep. Just for a moment. A flash of it. And the sun is obscured by it. Oh, it's not a tree. It's a parasite. A parasite. And it is leeching and taking and taking and leeching. You can respond to that any way you want. As quick as that inspiration comes, it's gone. Anyway.
She's fine. Elemenowith was just on point, on task, on
She,
vision. She's fine. Elemenowith is just fine.
Alamenowite is stepping forward as Alamenowith.
Yeah, Leopold's leading me. It's all good.
Elric is clear. Leopold is moving. You're dancing at the back, very carefully shifting. You walk without rhythm. You won't attract the demon as you slowly but surely move with sinuous movements. And you look forward, and you know in your heart you've been here before. You know. You know you're going back to somewhere you failed.
Oh no.
As the party, Jungfreuds Jaegers, make their way to Brass Keep. Boom, boom,